Okay, I think that's about all the videos I can get away with playing to drag out the intro. Hello, everyone. Give me a second. I'll be on camera soon. Don't worry, I'll be on camera. Just 1 second. Bogan Raid, thank you. Yeah, I was scrambling to actually be ready in time for when Bancroft ended. So I didn't want to keep Bancroft waiting. Like last time, I was trying to be good. So you know what? I figured I could just play like 30 minutes of intros. That's what I need to do. I need to just put together like a 20-minute video of all the clips that I have and just play it. And then I'll actually start my streams on time because I'll just be able to play that while I'm like scrambling to get ready. But the stream has started, so I need to learn. I need to adapt. Need to start adapting to my own tendencies. Hey everyone. Hello, Lobster Peterson. What's up? No lounge music. No lounge music. None indeed. Griever is here. What's up? Thank you, Alex, for the links. Yes. Bid on my artwork. That is what we'll be talking about today. I have a few pieces of art up on eBay that will be ending in starting in an hour. So they're pretty much all ending in an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. So yeah, we'll be looking at that. And hopefully some people bid on my art because I just paid a lot of money to print books. And I could use some money. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. Printing is so expensive right now. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, that's also news. The INCURVATE books I've already printed for the print run. So at least the soft covers. I paid for the soft covers. So like I said, quick turnaround. So yeah, at least those are going into production. And oh my gosh, I'm spending all my money on printing, but that's all right because that's what the money is for. It's not for me to sit on and fuck around with, right? So it's money to deliver books to all of you. Hello, Maromi. What's up? Valley Law is here. Hello. Oh my gosh, already 36 people watching. You guys are awesome. Cheers. Hopefully this is going through to Facebook. I don't know if it is. Facebook has been very fickle recently and has not been letting me stream. It would have been really helpful if I was able to stream to Facebook when I was, while I was promoting my art book, but then it kept on glitching every single time I tried to stream to Facebook. So I don't think that worked out. It's very annoying, but at least I have YouTube and X / the Twitters. Okay, let's get this camera on. Boo! I'm here. Hello, everybody. Cheers. Whew. All right. Shockingly, I wasn't hungover yesterday. Shockingly, I know. I only drank a whole bottle of wine, but the Polish in me held strong. So there actually was no hangover, and I'm shocked. I am shocked, and I assume you are too, because that was a lot of booze. But if you hydrate, then you should be all right. Facebook is anti-boob. Well known. This is true. Facebook is very anti-boob, isn't it? The times we live in. My gosh. All this censorship. Griever says, I DM'd you about a commission. Yes, I saw your email. I've just been busy. I apologize. I've just been busy. But yeah, I would love to do the commission. Thank you so much for the message. Thank you. You rock. I can do it. So, right, for anyone else watching, if you would like some art by me, if you're thinking of commissioning me for Heroes Con, which is in less than a month, oh my god, then, yeah, you can let me know right now, because I would prefer to do pre-commissions before a convention. I don't want to be drawing on the show floor again. It's going to be so stressful. Every time I do that, I don't enjoy the show. You know, I'm just drawing the whole time on the show floor. I want to be able to like talk to people. So yeah, I prefer to not take show floor commissions. If anyone does ask me for commissions, I probably won't turn them down, but I'll just have to like mail you the artwork after the show, because I don't want to be spending the entire time at the con with my head down, not talking to people. So yeah, but yes, thank you for the email, Griever. I am happy to do the commission. Yay! My Polish DNA is too powerful. Apparently, the drinking department that holds true. I mean, really though, because I haven't been drinking. I've been good. I was like, I'm going to be good, and you know, obviously during COVID, man, like looking back at COVID, it's like I felt like I was just having such a good time. I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to go to the office. I didn't have to leave the house. Nobody was expecting me to leave the house. And me being a hermetic artist was like, this is awesome. This is great. But like looking back, it was like maybe it was a bit of a stressful situation. Because like I was eating super unhealthy, gained a bunch of weight, and also was probably drinking too much and streaming every day and drinking the whole time. I mean, it was also fun. But it was very unhealthy. So I'm glad that era is over. Hydration is key. Yes, key. Heroes Con is so close. It is. Holy cow. Absolutely crazy. I can't believe it. It's so close. It's almost here. The one good thing about COVID was Rainey's nonstop party streams. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how I did it. Geez. Like, there was a point where I was streaming for like 5 days a week or something. It was insane. It was horrible. Only like a couple of times, like for 4 or 5 days a week, I was streaming like all in a row, and I would just like go to sleep, wake up, and stream. And dang, can't do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. I love hanging out with you guys, but that was a lot of that was a lot of time I could have spent drawing as well. So now I'd rather spend time drawing, and now, you know, I'm trying to have a real life. Trying. Let's see. Mark Mallet from Facebook. Oh, good. Facebook is going through. So wonderful. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Do you think a party at our next comic convention, Tucker, November 5 to 8? I don't know. I don't know if I could plan that far out, but thank you for the request. Yeah. I'll check it out. I'll look at the I'll send you an email if my scheduling works out and I can make it. So, cheers. Alex says real life and art over streams. Yeah, that's true. I'm glad I'm not becoming like, even after streaming so much during COVID, I'm not becoming one of those people that just like lives on the internet. I mean, I do, but I understand that the internet is not real life. And at the end of the day, I can just leave the internet and draw my comics, and I don't really care what's happening on the internet, right? Because it's not real life. They're real people that matter. And like, sure, some people I've gotten to know while streaming are, I would call friends, but like most people you meet on the internet are just acquaintances, and it's not real life, man. So you know, obviously my internet presence is mostly art. Just talk about art, and like I don't need to overshare. I'm very big on not oversharing things now. I don't post about my life that much. I don't feel a need to. I think that's healthy. I think that's something that people could use more of, right? Some people just feel the need to share everything, but then it's like, well, first of all, the internet's a crazy place, like, and I don't want things to become too parasocial. Yeah, and it's just not really me. I think most of what I post should be about art because I'm not some kind of like influencer. I'm an artist first. So it's only appropriate that I keep my post to art. Seth Stevens, what's up? Remember those days? Honestly, I like your current schedule better. Well, thank you. I'm glad. Yeah, I've been so anybody watching on Facebook, especially, I've been streaming. I stream Thursday nights on YouTube. I do the Panel Breakers, which is like a show with 3 other guys. We talk about comics, and it's like a group show. Sometimes we have a subject, sometimes we don't. Recently, we haven't, but it's been good. It's been fun. And I do these Friday night streams after Bancroft, another friend, and this is just my hangout stream, where it's usually just me. And sometimes Jake hops on. I don't think today though. And today I am, by the way, I'm closing out the auctions. Like I mentioned earlier, I have some auctions on eBay, so we'll be pulling those up. And if you're interested in any original art of mine, then you could bid right now. It's an opportunity to bid on that original art, and you can get it at a bargain, because I don't sell original art a lot now that we haven't been doing the Red Valkyrie auctions. So I just do eBay auctions once in a while. And the my art book project that just closed yesterday, there was a lot of art in the book, but most of it is like sold. So what I have on eBay right now, these are the last pieces of original art from the art book. So if you'd like to own some of those pieces, then head over to eBay. I have the links in the description of the stream, but I'll post it in chat as well. So yeah, just so anybody who's watching on Facebook knows, I stream on YouTube like Thursdays and Fridays. And it's pretty regular. I pretty regularly stream, and Facebook just doesn't like to put the stream through. It just keeps showing me an error message. So like once in a blue moon, it's fine. And so just so you know, follow me on YouTube. You'll get me complaining about art and stuff every Friday. It's good stuff. You should pin the link. I should. Thank you for the links. Thank you very much. I will pin the link. Give me a second. All right. Actually, where are the eBay auctions? I should also pull up the actual auctions. That would be a great idea. Yeah, the art book closeout was great, by the way. We closed out at 12,000, and that's awesome on a smaller website like Fund My Comics. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. You're the best. Yay. And that was awesome. So we had like 121 backers, and it was 12,000 on the entire campaign. So very grateful. The softcover version of the art book is already off to print. So yeah. And then I'm working out some details with the hardcover, mostly agonizing over how much money I can spend. But I'd love to be able to make it as fancy as possible. But apparently I just got an email from my printer. Apparently, like, running into this issue where it's yearbook season, so hardcovers are a lot of partners. Like, so I'm talking to a printer, and the printers work with partners in collaboration to do hardcovers, because some other companies have the binding capabilities, but the printer does the interior printing. Anyways, so this is very common when you're manufacturing things. You'll hire one factory to do something, but they're also working in collaboration with someone else. It's like comics, like it's breaking out the process into inking and coloring and all that stuff. But so yeah, I've been informed that it's yearbook season. I mean, I guess isn't it summertime, or is it like about to be summertime? So I guess it's the end of the school year, right before summer. So people are printing yearbooks. So some of the hardcover manufacturers are like, we don't have the bandwidth to do anything fancy, so it's fine. So what I was looking into for the hardcovers is, well, I was hoping to have printed end pages on the hardcover, but don't think that's happening, which is fine. It is fine. That wasn't something I was planning on anyways, but I just wanted to ask to see if they could do it. But it's like, even if they could do it, it probably would have been like $10 more a book or something like that, because that kind of crap happens, right? Okay, hold on. Let me bid on, let me post in chat. Bid on my art! Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Boop. Posted link. Yay! Do 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 do. Let's see. Refresh. Is it posted? I'll actually pin it as well. Yay! Our schools were always late with orders. Hey Shay, what's up? Hello. Yes, it is yearbook season. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. It's just one of those things where it's like you just don't think about it, because I'm not in school anymore, so it just doesn't even register in my brain. But yeah, so I guess it is yearbook season. But still, my printer said they can get the hardcover done in time. So hopefully that is true. I was considering going through my softcover printer for the hardcover, but I might still be going through Mixam just because it's simpler that way. Right. Hello. Yeah, if you're an adult and childless, not much reason to think about that. No, a childless adult. I know, not much reason to think about that. Yeah, and it's like, I mean, I have cousins that oh my God. They're not even in school anymore. They're in college. Time flies. Because I have some cousins that are a lot younger than me. So that was kind of my connection to the youth. But they're also in Taiwan, which has like kind of a different schedule and everything. So yeah. But yeah, I guess they're in college and one of them is working now. Oh my God, we're getting old. Holy shit. That's another thing that COVID did. It just fast forwarded the time, and then before you know it, you're 5 years older, and you're like, what happened to this section of my life? All right, let's pull up the eBay auctions. Let's go. Let me make sure I'm in a incognito tab. And let's see how the art is doing. Share. Whee! Here we go. Yay! Hi. So this is my eBay page. It's just ebay.com /USR USR /Irene Draws. I'm easy to find. I'm Irene Draws everywhere. And I have these 3 pieces up for auction, and they will, let's see, one of them ends in like 29 minutes. Oh my God. Or no, like 25 minutes or less. So yeah, let me see. The shaman girl, the first one, that ends really, really soon. So if you would like this piece, then we're gonna put it in now. No, it ends in 19 minutes. Holy crap. Ah! Stadio, what's up? Hello, hi Staddy. Seth Stevens says, don't remind me about being old. It's just nuts. Where did all the time go? Well, I know where the time went. Drawing, comics, and traveling a lot. It's like time now feels like it goes by really quickly, but also not, because like I am doing so much stuff. It's not like I'm wasting away, but it is kind of shocking when I realize, oh my God, I'm an old bitch now. But no, I've gotten so much done in the past few years. Just got INCURVATE done. FIENDISH 3 is well on its way, and I've just gotten so much work done, and it's great. I'm in a great place. I'm really happy. I'm just grateful I can do my own art for a living. It's amazing that I'm managing to do that, and I still get to like travel and stuff. I don't have to like live like I'm still in college and eat ramen all the time. So it's really great. It helps to be generally frugal though. Right. That was kind of like drilled into me. So saving money is good. But yeah, no, it's great. It's great. I think I'm very lucky. Hopefully things continue and I can Hellion Arts, my business, continues to do well, and I can just do this and not have to go back to a day job, which I can go back to pretty much any time. But but yeah, I much prefer working for myself because it's my dream to do comics. And man, the other day I was talking about this video from this artist. Her name is, what's her name? Kamikaze Short Bus. And I saw her post going around on Twitter, or someone was like quoting her video and they were making fun of her. Or some people, this one person was being kind of nasty because she was saying that, well, she went to art school and now she's unemployed. Like, I actually watched her video and it was a very reasonable video. And it's like, it's shitty to make fun of anybody for saying that they're struggling and unemployed. But I also think she's actually doing pretty well. Her YouTube has a lot of views, and it's not like, you know, she doesn't have options. But yeah, it was a really well put together video where she was just talking about how people should be realistic about what going to art school offers, and that's just true. That's just true. If you go to art school and don't have a real plan for a career, I mean, I've said before, most of the people I went to art school with aren't doing art anymore, and because it's hard to make it doing art. So the percentage of people who go to art school and actually end up doing art is the minority. I agree. The art school is largely bullshit. You know what artists should do? Apprenticeships. That should be the pipeline for 90% of art jobs, other than things like architecture and, like, I guess game design, because there's so many programs and coding and stuff like that to learn. It should be apprenticeships. So art school is kind of like, it's not that what we learn is entirely useless. It's that it's ridiculous to pay $40,000 to do it. You should be working and earning a basic income already, or having an internship and apprenticeship and learning on the job. Like, I've always learned more on the job than in school. Art isn't something you can go to school for, really. So all the students I knew who did well in art school were self-motivated and taking commissions and learning that way. So yeah, I could go on about this forever, but I also agree. A lot of art industry jobs, like corporate jobs that do art, it's insufferable and it makes art not fun anymore. And some people are happy doing it, but honestly, I wasn't really. It's still good that I have marketable skills. Like, if I want to go back to doing animation or gaming, I could. But so, like, if I, you know, wasn't doing comics anymore, I wouldn't just be working, you know, waitressing again. But at the same time, like, if you're talking about actually being happy with your life, then yeah, I would. I think art jobs, it does take the fun out of it. It does take the fun out of it, unless it's been your dream your entire life to, like, work for Pixar or something, which I know some people are like that. It wasn't for me. Some people I know, their dream has just been, they just want to draw Spider-Man. And so now they're doing that. And that's great. That's good for them. That's perfect. That's not me. That's not me. I've always wanted to do my own thing. Like, the point of wanting to do art was I wanted to make my own stories and have my own ideas and put my own ideas out. And working in animation jobs and like gaming jobs, you kind of, at least for me, it was like, I get it, I'm just there to make your game assets. But for when I was working in animation and in comics to an extent, I wanted to actually participate in idea generation and have some say in the project. And nobody cares. Nobody cares about you and your opinions when you're just a cog in the machine, right? So that's also another reason I felt like I had to leave, because I felt like, well, I don't want to be a cog in the machine. I want to do my own thing and prove that I have ideas that are worth something, because at the end of the day, that's currency. It's not being able to do a menial job that 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 other people can do, or AI can do at this point. It's ideas. It's being the actual driver of new ideas and new projects and building something. The ability to build something that only a human can build, that can't be just computer generated. That's actual currency. So that's why I left and started doing Fiendish, because I didn't want to just be a cog in the machine anymore. That is bumming me out. I'm sorry. What are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about how art jobs are often a little insufferable. Don't be bummed out. Don't be bummed out. It's okay. I mean, a lot of people do these jobs and they're happy. Like at the gaming jobs I did, there are plenty of people who they've just been there for like decades and they're perfectly happy. You know, it pays well enough to support their family and it's secure employment and they're happy. So that's great. It just depends on the person. But yeah, I think it's just important if you want to do art to figure out what your own aptitude is and also what you want. So try to balance these two things. Don't be discouraged. Charlie Grant, if you have driving and find your niche. Yes. Finding your niche is really the key to everything. That really is it. Find the little corner of the internet or the audience that likes your stuff and just do that. Just cater to that. You don't have to be a generalist. You don't have to even chase art trends. Like, I follow some YouTubers that are like art YouTubers, and I'll see these art trends going around every once in a while. And it's like these art challenges, and I never do them. Maybe I should. Maybe it's like stupid of me to not do it, but I don't really do those. Yeah, just because I don't like drawing things just for attention or drawing things just because it's popular. I want to draw things because I'm actually invested in it and I feel like doing it. John Snowden says, my buddy went to U of MD for art major where he learned to hustle and did gigs like an installation piece for PBR. I'm not recalling what PBR is. Yeah, you do have to hustle though. You do gotta hustle doing art. You gotta hustle as a comic artist too. You have to work to make those sales and actually put your stuff out there. You have to actually speak to people. It's very difficult. It's very hard. Shaman Girl is really cute. Yay, thank you. Let's see. Let me stop getting distracted and pull up the actual artwork that I have here so you guys can see the real pieces. There's 10 minutes left on this auction, everybody. Let's see if it'll go up. Will anyone snipe at the last minute on this piece? Behold, here is the actual artwork. Da-na-na, da-da-na-na. Oh. Let me move things around a bit. My desk is a complete mess. Oh. Here you go. Hold on. Let me full screen me. Whee! Here you go. This is the original piece of artwork. This is the size it is. It's 7.5 by 11. So it's Bristol board. It's the same kind of paper as like comic art. It's like comic art paper. It's like the nice art board. But I trimmed it down to do these two pieces. So I kind of cut the paper in half, but it's not exactly in half because I trimmed the center line off. But anyways, whatever. So there's this piece, and this is the one that's ending the soonest. So if you like how this looks, then bid on the eBay auction that's pinned in the chat. This drawing comes with a little bonus piece that is this little eye. Ooh, 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 ooh. Behold! Yay! So it's a bonus piece that I threw in when the auctions hit $100. So you'll get these 2 pieces. I said that if the auction gets to 300, I would throw in another little drawing. So I would throw in this, someone in chat called it the chubby sword. So this is a chubby sword that will be thrown in if the auction reaches 300, but it's at 230 now, so probably not. So, oh well, nobody's getting chubby sword. No chubby sword, everybody. Chubby sword is so lonely. It has no home to go to. Oh no. Why won't you take me home? I'm an idiot. Anyways, so if it gets to 300, you get all 3 of these. But if it doesn't, it's just these 2. Right? So there's 7 minutes left on the auction. It's pinned in the chat. And thank you, everybody who is posting links in the chat as well. Here is the art. El Arto. I'm going back and looking and stop with the old talk. I'm just joking. It's not a bad thing to be getting old. Some people don't get that chance, and that's sad. I like to joke about it. It's self-deprecating humor. It's shocking. It's shocking. I won't say I'm old. I won't. I know someone's gonna complain about it. Look, I have a giant eye. I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. All right, let me get caught up on chat and see what you guys are saying. Give Chubby Sword a home. I know. The sword is so fat. It has no neck. I know. It's so fat and chubby. It just wants to go home with you. Look, it even has a little spatters. It's so cute. Yeah, these little cards are doodles that I did to basically fill out any empty space in my art book. So I did a bunch of those, and I figured they're really good like auction supplemental pieces. So that's what those are. That's what those are. Chubby Sword needs a home, indeed. Thank you for the link. It's so cute. It's so adorable. Eee! More evidence? More evidence of what? That I'm a dork. The obese sword. Yes. Lobster says, hey, does anyone want to donate $855 to me so I can buy all 3 of Irene's pieces? Well, hey, if somebody wants to donate that to Lobster Peterson, then you're welcome to. You're welcome to. I appreciate the enthusiasm. It was already drunk. I don't know what you're talking about, but no, I am not drunk yet. I don't even need to be drunk to act like an idiot. Thank you for the link, Alex. Thank you. An inflatable haunted castle. That sounds like fun. A fake beer. Why would you drink a fake beer? You should drink a real beer. Why would anyone drink a fake beer? That defeats the entire point. The entire point is defeated. Bid first. Seth says you have to hustle in the indie market. You do. You have to be very self-motivated. Yeah, that's just the thing. It's like if you're not working a corporate art job, you just have to be very self-motivated. And unless you draw like Kenneth Rocafort, you can't really rely on just your skill to make you make your career. And like that's the thing. I've said before, I've seen a lot of artists that are really, really good, and they get no attention on the internet because they don't post a lot, they don't have enough social media, and they just and they're not doing projects that are appealing. Like the art is really good, but if you're not putting out an art book, if you don't have like a themed thing, if you're not doing fan art, like there's a lot of things you can do that are creating value for the audience, right? And there are a lot of really good artists, but like if you're not hustling and kind of just drawing in your own little corner, then the attention isn't going to come. And like maybe some people are happy that way. I mean, attention on the internet is not something that everyone should covet, right? And I'm trying to be more private already. I just want art. I just want my internet presence to just be art. But like, so it's fine if you don't want the internet attention. But at the same time, nowadays, if you want to make it as an indie artist, you pretty much do have to have a social media presence. That's just the modern world that we live in. Just modern world that we live in. Unfortunately, the American market is not like anime and manga, like the manga industry in particular, where it's built for independent creators. And so many mangaka are entirely private and they just draw their manga. You don't even know who they are. And I'm very jealous of that. But that's just not how the American industry is. That's just not how it is. So, yeah, that's just the lot that we've been dealt. My dad told me I can go anywhere, and here I am. Well, here you are. And we're very glad that you're here. I need someone to talk to while I struggle with my art. I know that feeling. Oh, sorry if I'm missing any chats. It's always hard for me to keep up with chat on my own. 2 minutes on the auction, everybody. 2 minutes on this piece. I need to do a body double art sesh sometime. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. But hey, if I can help, let me know. I'm happy to help. Sadio is going to bed. Thank you for stopping by anyways. It's good to see you around. It's good to see you around. Thanks for showing up. Just be Roquefort. Problem solved. Yes, I know. 1 minute, 4 seconds. Let me share the art page. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just be Roquefort. I mean, I am putting in, I don't know if anyone has noticed, but I've been putting in a very serious effort to improve my art. And I am, hopefully you can tell that between Fiendish, every Fiendish book, hopefully looks better than the last. I know they do. They do look better than the last. And I want to continually improve. And that's also another thing. I was not able to improve my art until I just like, 1 minute left on the auction, guys. I wasn't able to focus on my own art style and improve until I stopped doing corporate art. Like I was just too distracted, spending too much energy going to work every day. I was just drained every day. And like my own art and my own art style was suffering. And Fiendish was a journey in getting my style back. So I've been getting my style back, and I'm trying to improve with every book. So like, hopefully one day I could just be like Roquefort, and I can just like draw on a restaurant napkin and, you know, pay for my meal. And I mean, I don't know if he's at that point yet, but he should be, because he's amazing. So yeah, if I could just coast on my art and print money with my hands, that would be great. That's my dream. 14 seconds, 13, 12. Any snipers? Any snipers on this piece? 4, 3, 2, 1. Ended. Woo! All right. Sold for $230. Thank you. Whoever won this, I will not disclose, but thank you very much for bidding on this piece. I appreciate it. You're the best. You will be getting shipped this piece of artwork. It'll be like in a couple of weeks, maybe. I don't have anything to package artwork with right now. I have to get stuff to actually properly package art with, and I'm working on printing the art book. So I apologize if it takes me a while to ship the artwork out, but I set on eBay that I would take a couple weeks to ship it out. So hopefully it doesn't take that long, but I'll do my best. But rest assured, you'll be getting your art when I get some time and I get everything sorted through. I'm just really busy right now. Oh, I have so much going on. Whew, okay. Shaman girl sold. No chubby sword, unfortunately. But that's okay. That's okay. At least a shaman has a home to go to now. It has a home. Oh, 209 is here. Hello. What's up, Cam? Hi, Cam. Where's Cam? I see Alex saying hi to Cam, but not Cam themselves. Hello! Cam says, good evening! Hello! Shay says, I'll message you about body doubling. Cool. Send me a message. Let me know what that is. So I don't know what that is. Show the listing. Yes, I did. I should jump over to YouTube. Yeah, either way, whatever is convenient for you. Whatever is convenient for you. Your viewership is welcomed and appreciated. Fucking mad in world, yar. Then again, in times of yore, a lot of artists died poor and were only appreciated later. Yeah, that's one of the things where it's like, I think it's artists like Van Gogh. Van Gogh is like the quintessential story of the artist that was like a tortured soul and wasn't appreciated in life and then was only appreciated later. And there are some stories like that, but like that's not most well-known famous artists. It's like Da Vinci was famous in his time. Michelangelo was known in his time. Like, what are you talking about? Just because there's this one famous story, Van Gogh was like, I get the tragedy of his tale, and it's very compelling, it's captivating, but at the same time, like, that's just not true that most artists don't have value and aren't known until they're dead. Like, what are you talking about? It doesn't make sense. Like, Jack Kirby was known when he was alive. People knew his art. All the famous mangaka, it's yeah, that's just not true. And it really annoyed me when, like, I think I was like 20 or something, and I was just still doing this waitressing job, and my boss was like, "Oh, you want to be an artist? Yeah, artists' work isn't worth anything until they're dead." It was like, thanks, bro. I'm gonna not go for that. I would like to be well known or at least successful while I'm alive. Thank you very much. It's just not true. It's just not true. It's just because of Van Gogh, I think. Yeah, there's so many artists that are well known, and it's they're not just like nobodies, they're not just nobodies. Even in the modern world, Mozart was famous alive. Yes, Mozart was very famous alive. You have to be yeah, there's Picasso. Yeah, then there's Picasso. Like, Picasso was famous when he was alive. I should clarify, I meant independent creatives. Is that true? Are independent creatives like less known before they're this is getting morbid. This discussion is getting morbid. Yeah, I just don't think it's true. I think the American indie scene, it's just really hard to get your work out there because, well, we don't have a, hold on, let me go to the other auction. Okay, here you go. Here's the other auction. This is the next one. It ends in 35 minutes, guys. So I will post a link in chat. Do bid on this if you like this piece. And it ends in 35 minutes and 46 seconds. Listening while writing music. Oh, cool. Awesome. Hello, Tokome. What's up? Yeah, the again, just unfortunately, the American indie comics scene is not like manga. I wish it was, but it's not. It's unfortunately not. There isn't real, and what I mean by that is there isn't a system really for independent creators to there isn't like a well-oiled system that is a pipeline for independent creators with just like any wild idea out there to put their books out and find an audience. Like, the Japanese market is built for that. All manga is creator owned, and there's so many different manga magazines and publication routes then that almost any idea that isn't shit can find publication, can find an audience. But in the American market, superhero comics and corporate, publisher comics, like corporate owned IPs dominate so much of the market that if you're independent, I mean, I guess you could go with Image, you could, but then what if you have like a really wild idea that isn't something a publisher wants to take a risk on, or just doesn't fit what any publisher that is substantial would publish. Like, what if you have something wild, like what? Again, the example of Berserk. If somebody was like, "Hey, I have this story about this dark fantasy world that is full of horror and tentacle monsters and grape and a lot of like dead children. You want to publish it?" Do you think a publisher in America would publish that? Like, no, but in Japan that can find publication. And all the weird manga in Japan, like the that Crimson manga of salmon. It's about salmon. It's salmon with anime eyes. The story is about this family of salmon swimming upriver back to their home, like up the river, and like that's the manga. What a wild, weird idea! But that can be published in Japan. Do you think that's getting published in America? No, that would be like somebody drawing a webcomic and then getting no attention because there's no actual route to publish it and get an audience and earn money off of it, and then they stop doing it after a while because they can't find an audience and they need to make money. So that's what I mean by the American indie comics scene is just, it's not this well-oiled machine for idea generation, and I think it suffers because of that. You need an allowance, a way for people with wild new ideas to get their ideas out there, right? So yeah, rant over. I don't know what to do about it. What can I do? Crowdfunding is great. It really helps. It really helps. I'm very grateful for crowdfunding because you can get an audience and fund your books by as long as you just have any crazy idea, and you can get it out there without having to be approved by a publisher. But still, even that is imperfect. Especially we were talking about yesterday how Kickstarter has these new rules because of the payment processors, and they're being touchy about anything that's NSFW. And I still don't know where the line is with that, but we'll see, right? We'll see when INCURVATE goes to Kickstarter, and if they're like, "Oh no, this is too racy," even though obviously everything will be covered on the campaign. By this, when Rini gets world famous, it'll be $1 million. Yes, totally. Buy my art, because I definitely plan on being famous and rich, and then my art will be worth so much money. That's a plan. That's something you can plan for. Hold on. Let me show the actual piece. Hello, friends. Hello. Yo. Tokume's writing music for a video game. Thought I should jump into the cool kids room on YouTube because Facebook was lonely. Fakebook was lonely. Yeah, I don't think there's hardly anybody watching on Facebook. But thank you for joining. We need a fan-driven, merit-based, creator-owned IP system. Now you're just talking crazy. Why would that ever happen? Fan-driven, merit-based? Creator-owned, merit-based? Who does that anymore? Yeah, it's the real world is so jading. Is that a word? Jading? All right. That would be great. That would be great if we had that. Crowdfunding is similar. It's not like a clear pipeline, but it's very similar, right? Similar to how we do prose fiction. Yeah. Yeah. So I hear that in fiction, hold on, I got coffee. Cheers. Let me chug my coffee first. I hear that in the fiction and novel writing market, it's also really crazy. There are, especially in fantasy, there are definitely publishers and agents that pick and choose who gets to be successful, and it's kind of a fucked up situation because they'll it's all like insider politics, and if you're friends with the right people, which is just like comics. Like, I'm sorry, there is definitely that in comics, but it's every industry. Every industry is like that. But also more so than that, it's just it's definitely not merit based, and that always pisses me off because it should be about merit. Nothing should matter more than if the work is good and if it delivers for the audience. I don't know how to get to a point where that is the primary driving force behind our creative output. I don't have the answers other than, you know, all I can do is try to put out something that is meritorious and keep focusing on comics and art. I can take care of my own little corner of this world, and that's all that I can do. But yeah, it would be great if we had a system like manga, but we just can't. We can't. The whole the entire manga industry is built on decades and decades of history and culture, and it's Japanese. It's something that Japan can has. We can't copy it. It's just too late now. We can't do that. We have to figure out something on our own. And honestly, stuff like crowdfunding and stuff like combining media like comics and independent animation with YouTube, with social media, that might be the American way. That might be the way for independent comics and independent stories to get attention, which would be appropriate because that's very American. We're loud and we shout for attention and we tell everybody to buy our shit, and that's very not like Japan, but that's like us, and maybe that's how independent works get a foothold, and that would be the system for us, right? Hail! What's up, Force Ghost Fabio? Yo! 10,000% political. Yeah, there's a lot of that. It's very annoying. Oh, thank you, TC. Thank you. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. I'll keep drawing Fiendish. Of course. And I'm so excited. I think once we get to the end of the first arc, which is in 2 more books, it'll be a really cool, not like a stopping point for the story, but that would be like the first section of the story is revealed, and that's where a bunch of questions are answered. That's like the first chunk that is a story on its own, even though there's obviously a continuation to it, if you know what I mean. And I think that would be really awesome because then I want to make like a big, thick hardcover, thick hardcover of the first arc of Fiendish then, and that would be something I can show people to be like, check this out. Fiendish is awesome. This was going somewhere, because by the end of the first arc, you'll know that it's going somewhere, and you can tell like where it's going. And I'm not making sense because I'm trying to not spoil anything, but it's gonna be great, and I can't wait. I can't wait to be at that point. Thick hardcover. Yes. Phil is gonna try to get pyrography work out of you. Don't let him get you if you're busy. He can wait. Did he say he wants me to do pyrography work? I am busy. He knows I'm busy. Why does he want me to do pyrography work? I already have pyrography. I still have yeah, not many people bought pyrography this time on the Fiendish 3 campaign. But hey, if you want pyrography, any wood burning stuff from me, you should back that on the Fiendish 3 campaign. You still can. It's still up on the Indiegogo. But yeah, I still have those pieces to do. And I'm super busy with other stuff. I've got Heroes. I've got a bunch of other stuff going on. I have INCURVATE. And then I'm going to be, going to Taiwan for a while. So that's a lot of stuff to do. And I have, yeah, I've got to take care of the original art for Fiendish 3. And also, of course, draw pages, right? I have to actually finish the book. He needs woodwork for the man with no strength. Since he has a pretender to the Whittler throne. He is the pretender to the Whittler throne. The Whittler throne. Amazing. I like that term. Well, I mean, I would be happy to if he can wait a while. No, I love to do wood burning. He should have thought of this earlier. He's been working on The Man with No Strings forever, and he just thought about doing a pyrography thing. Well, I wouldn't mind. I just have to have time for it. But yeah, I think that's true. As long as it's after Heroes. I don't have time before Heroes Con. I have too much stuff to do. I have, if it's like a show floor, we can treat it as show floor commission maybe. But anyways, no, I have like 3 commissions to do for Heroes, and then I have the Fiendish preview book to print for it as well. So I just have a lot of stuff to prepare. But yeah, maybe after Heroes Con, I'll talk to him. He's not even here. I shouldn't be speculating on business while he's not even here. Fake king. He's not a fake king. Nah. Now we whittle differently. It is we just have different styles. The thing is, aim more for book 3, which is a bit off. That's cool. Yeah, it's a continuing project. I know he's got a plan for several more books, several more issues of A Man with No Strings. So I don't think that's anything to worry about. But yeah, I love to do that. You could leather burn too. Yeah, I can do leather work. I don't know how to do all the things. I haven't done anything super complicated. But like if you go on my website, on my Irene Draws website, you can see my pyrography and my leather work stuff. And like a lot of the leather work, I made that stuff. So I've taken leather work classes, and I can make like wallets and just like zipper pouches and easy stuff like that. But obviously the fun part for me is doing the pyrography drawings on them. So when I do make anything in leather, I'll like burn drawings onto it, because I can. Yeah, it was funny because when I took my first leatherwork class, my leatherwork teacher taught me to make like this little circle pouch, and then he's like, so here's a soldering iron and you can sign your name with it. And I'm like, oh cool. And I just started drawing on the pouch and just made these patterns and drawings, and then everything I made from then on, I just like drew some anime character on it. So I should do that more. That stuff was fun. I think people like that. But I haven't done pyrography in a while. But yeah, no, I can do things other than comics. I have some other skills. I don't know how useful they are, but they're skills nonetheless. They exist. Let's see. Speaking of, keep an eye on Kickstarter. There's a recent change to their policy that affects all of us. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday on Panel Breakers, and I was talking about that on the stream before as well. I know it's weird. I think they're just trying to comply with the payment processors and in Stripe. So Jake's been trying to get the next Carnal book approved, and they haven't approved it yet. And I think that's a pretty good metric of like how open to spicy stuff Kickstarter is being, right? Because it would be so stupid if like their bread and butter is like, at least for comics on Kickstarter, it's a bunch of titty books. This is what it is, a bunch of titty books. And so that's their bread and butter, and they're saying that we don't want to do that now just because Stripe is throwing a fit about it. And like anything that we in Panel Breakers and stuff like Carnal and Fiendish, any of these series, like obviously even something like Carnal where it's full of innuendos, but it's not actually porn. There's nothing showing. There's no actual nudity in Carnal. But just because it's innuendo and it's suggestive and it's like this funny world that is full of innuendos, like it's humor, it's comedy. But if Kickstarter won't even allow that, like I am worried. I would be worried because that's insane. That's like Tumblr banning spicy stuff that totally kneecapped themselves. Like, why do platforms do this? And then that's going to have a chilling effect on creators as well. So, I mean, what a time. Like, we just started using Kickstarter and now they're like, no tits. What the fuck? Why would you do that? Why would you, like, what is this moral policing? What is this? We're adults. We can handle what we choose to buy and what we choose to consume. Like, stop trying to tell us what we should morally be able to see and enjoy. What the fuck is this? It's not even porn. It's not anything explicit. It's art. Like with something like Cardinal is comedy. Something like INCURVATE, my art book, is art. It's primarily art. I think the art and the any nudity in INCURVATE and even in Fiendish is very sparse, and it's artistic, right? I'm not gratuitous when I draw that at all. Like if there's like a demon girl, like a pinup in INCURVATE, my aim is always to be artistic with it. There's no like explicit poses or anything like that at all. But even if there was, it should be fine because we're fucking adults. I'm gonna try not to rant about this, but it's very annoying. It's very annoying. I hate this clamping down that's happening on the internet and people treating us like we're not fucking adults. And also mixing up art with real people. Like if you draw a person and if you draw art that's lewd and spicy or whatever, or edgy, it's art, it's fiction. Fiction is fiction. It's not a real person. It's completely different things. Like I said the other day, why is it okay for some e-thought to be shaking her butt at the camera with her vajayjay 2 inches from the screen and with like a tiny, tiny thin piece of cloth covering her vagina, and that's okay. But my artwork that's not of a real person, because there's like a tiny nipple showing, that gets removed from Instagram. Make it make sense. Which is actually more titillating? Which? Why? Why is this happening? It's very annoying. Yeah, and I'm not even that big on like, I don't draw that many spicy things, but it's just a general idea of it. I know you go back to the auction. 17 minutes, everybody, bid on this piece. Let's see if we can get it to 250. Let's see if we can get it higher than the other piece of artwork. And I have it right here. Cheers. But yeah, wouldn't be a stream by me if I didn't go off and rant about something, right? Yeah, what I'm annoyed by, it's not even that I can draw artwork in a comic without anything spicy. That's perfectly fine. That's not my bread and butter. But what annoys me is the chilling effect it has on creativity. If anything that I'm drawing, I have to worry about, there has to, like, what happens with this kind of, if the platforms that we're using to sell our artwork are like, have all these rules, they start with the most hard to defend stuff. They start with the things that everybody would be like, oh yeah, we need to protect the children. We need to protect the children. Yes, censor that. I don't want to speak up because I'm scared. I don't want people to see me as a degenerate. So, okay, I'll let them censor that. It surely won't go further than that, but it will go further. It will go further. They start with that censorship. They start with that chilling effect of, well, you can't have this in your work. Then they're going to be like Paizo and be like, well, any form of if you have a comic that has any form of violence, if you have a comic that has that's like a fantasy world or a historical world, but you depict slavery or abuse, then that's not allowed because we don't agree with those things. It's like, it's a fictional story. Just because it's in the story and I'm drawing it doesn't mean I endorse it. I need to tell the story. I need to depict things that are distasteful sometimes to tell a story. So I see it going in that direction. And I know some people might think I'm overreacting, but I don't think I am, because I'm seeing how things are going in places like the UK and in the EU, and they're being really fucking censorious, and it just keeps clamping down more and more and more, and then fiction stops being fiction. I hate this idea of, if you draw a piece of art or if you write a story and a thing happens in the story, that means you morally endorse it. That's not how the world works. So I don't like the chilling effect, and I don't want to have to worry about, oh my god, who's going to be offended by what I'm drawing, and who's going to try to censor my work while I'm trying to make a story, right? It's like, I understand if there's some platforms like Webtoons, they're like very, very PG. Like I posted the first chapter of Fiendish on Webtoons, and they're like, this is too spicy for us, which is like, wow, that's a really low bar. because there's not that much. The first chapter, it's just violent. There's some violence, and I censored. There's like a tiny bit of nudity, and I censored it. But it's dark fantasy. It's dark fantasy. You're gonna have some blood and violence, but Webtoons couldn't handle it apparently. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'll go to Global Comics. And the nice thing about Global Comics is you can mark your work as adult content, and then you're fine. So people who don't want to see it, or people that are not adults, they don't have to see that stuff. That is adult content. That is logical. But actually being like, no, we can't even have this on our platform because, oh my God, we're so offended in our sensibilities. Like, what the fuck is that? And some platforms having that, I understand. But when it's the largest crowdfunding platform like Kickstarter, and when it's across the board and it keeps happening, then I'm worried, right? I'm having to worry about this issue with both Kickstarter and Instagram at the same time. So it starts creating this effect of, where do we go? Where do we go if every platform, which is the effect that a payment processor, like that is the root of everything, they can affect all the platforms, and that's insidious because they're taking the initiative of, oh, we're worried about things that are morally impure, so we might, like, after the platform's approval process, we're going to run our own approval process. That creates a chilling effect across all the platforms. So then you have nowhere to go to actually create freely. And what are you supposed to do with that? Do you think that's actually good for culture? Do you think that's good for growth and creating anything like the next masterpiece? How are you going to be in the mindset? How are you going to foster the talent to create the next masterpieces and build a functional industry and actually create a like a creative environment and industry like Japan has, like manga has, where independent works can grow? If that's what creators have to worry about, I don't get it. Why would you do that? All right, well, shut up. But did I just say I work in koala? No. I might have said I work in color, but not koala. Thank you for the link. Yes, my Fiendish website, fiendishcomic.com. Go check it out, everybody. Cheers. Cheers. Okay, let me... Whoosa! Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Did he censor the campaign when he tried again? He did. I know he did. He censored the campaign even more. Like, it's already censored, so nothing is showing, but I know Jake censored his campaign even more when he sent it to review again. And yeah, Kickstarter still hasn't approved it, so who knows what the fuck is happening. Insane. Insane! Jeez. The world needs tasteful titties. There you go. Thought that would be a comment by a titty connoisseur, but yes, I agree, Snarky. Tasteful titty art. We could do with less e-thottery, but art. Yes, more art. That is always good. Because art is a fictional outlet, and it's healthy. And it's healthy. It's not the same as real people. It's completely different. It's completely different than like someone doing OnlyFans and whatever. It's not the same. It's fictional, and it's healthy to have that as an outlet for whatever people want. That's yeah, I am a firm believer in the idea that a free artistic culture, that's an outlet to get out any, like, people aren't going to stop being fucked up, right? So even if you do enjoy fucked up things, then there's a fictional outlet for it. And I think that's healthy because otherwise it spills out into real life. But like, just even if you don't necessarily enjoy horrible things, which, like, I like Berserk, but that's not because I like reading about people suffering. I just like dark stories. And I think that there's a lot of people like that, and I think that's healthy. But what this kind of like puritanical cultural stuff does is it takes that away from people. It takes that away from people. And I think you don't have an outlet, and you don't have this resonance. I think good art is a reflector on the human psyche, on what society the subconscious of society, and also on like just shadow. If you know about shadow work, which I don't know that much about it, but a little bit, it's like the shadow of society, and you're effectively clamping down on that. So what happens if you suppress your shadow, right? You think that's a good idea? I do think that's what art is in many ways. It's the shadow of our collective consciousness, and you want to censor that. You think that's great? You think that's going to be healthy and lead to well-adjusted adults, and it's not going to spill over into real life? Okay, good luck. Good luck with that. People still think boobs are evil. Yeah, I don't really care. I understand if someone chooses to not want to see NSFW stuff, like if you're just like scrolling on Twitter at work and you don't want to see it, like I get it. It's fine. And like I said the other day, I don't think kids should be on the internet at all. But since that's you're never going to stop kids from sorry, I'm blowing my nose. I'm stiffly. Since you're probably not going to stop kids from being on the internet, but I think kids should just not be on the internet, and the internet should be purely for adults, so we can post whatever the fuck we want. And any censorship is the user determining that I want to create a filter and I don't want to see these things, and that's perfectly fine. But like, I think adults should be able to post whatever the fuck they want. Like, duh. Why can't we? How dare you? How dare you tell me what I can or can't post? Ah! Base Reedy Mini rant. That was a long rant. I was got a little carried away. A little carried away, but this shit annoys me. Puritans are weird. I know. It's coming from all sides as well, right? Coming from all sides. There are Puritans everywhere, no matter where you go. Just moral policing. TC says, I'm a proud degenerate and will always speak out to protect art. There you go. There you go. Well, you're in the right place. Yeah, that's true. It's like that British artist who got censored. Wasn't there someone who got sent to jail for their art? And yeah, their art was degenerate. It's not anything I would ever want to see, that I would ever buy or want to even look at. But the fact that they were not just censored, but actually fucking sent to jail, that's scary. That's fucking terrifying, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, they start with the most difficult to defend speech, art, whatever. They start with that, so people are okay with it and they're too scared to speak out. And then it just gets worse and worse. It expands from there every time. So I'm not here defending the most degen art and stories and whatever. Like, that's not my style, but I see where it could lead, and that's why I'm going to speak up about it. I think it's, maybe I'm overreacting, but I don't think I am. I just see that there's clearly a lot of censorship going around, and it's not good. It's not good. 6 minutes and 17 seconds, guys. Okay, I should stop running my mouth. Here you go, and show the artwork. Here you go. Da-da-da! This is the piece. It's a little shaman braid girl. Behold. I think I mentioned the other day, but these pieces, they're ink only drawings. So I didn't do any pencil drawings on these. It was this the one time I did actually do an art trend, but that's because I wanted to do it. I actually thought it was cool. So I saw people on Twitter going around and just showing what they could do with just a pen. And I thought I would do that as well. So basically, like, not drawing any pencil, there's no underdrawing, and just going in with a pencil. This is ink only, and I actually recorded this. I did a short of myself drawing it, so you can go check out my shorts feed on YouTube, and you'll be able to see the process and see that I speak the truth. It is an ink only drawing. There was no underdrawing or pencils to it. Ta-da! Yeah, it's to protect the children. Right, protect the children by getting them off the internet. They shouldn't be on the internet. Kids should not be on the internet at all. I hate iPad parenting. That shit's horrible. Next generation's gonna be fucked. I mean, I know, what do I know? I'm not a parent, but like, I would do my best to not do that, right? Okay. Anyways, only inks. Yes. I see some of her neck. Scandalous. You joke about that, but who knows where this stuff will go? Probably not. Hopefully not, but I know. Scandalous. Oh no. A woman. A woman that's visibly a woman. Scandalous. I swear, there are some people, if they had it their way, that's what they would advocate for. They'd want, like, they would be like, all art and all depictions of any women is bad because someone's going to be turned on by that. Like, some people are just ridiculous. It's like a control fetish. Some people just have control fetishes. They just like to tell other people what to do. They don't actually have morals. They just like control and they get off on it. And if we all realized that more, the world would be a better place because those people should just be told no. No is a great word. It goes a long way. Just say no. Just say fuck off. Some person says, Rini, sell your books in France and Italy. They love that stuff. That's a good idea. Oh, well, so now that I'm a real publisher, I finally got ISBNs. So INCURVATE has ISBNs, and it's a real book now. It's a real book. Yeah. Now that I can put that book, and Fiendish 3 will have ISBNs, and I'll retroactively assign ISBNs to all the previous Fiendish books. I can actually be in catalogs for stores. I don't quite know how to get into catalogs. If someone wants to contact me and help me out, that would be great. And my understanding is that every region works differently. So it's like in America, there's one system for getting books on Amazon and in stores, and I don't really know how to navigate that, but I'll try. That's another goal for this year. After Fiendish 3 is done, I'm going to do the whole, like, how do I get in catalogs thing? And that would be really great. But now that I actually have ISBNs, yeah, I could, theoretically, hopefully it would be easier to actually get my books in any stores. I'd love to have distribution in Europe. It's just, I don't have connections, with any European publishers. I don't know who to talk to for that, but it would really be great. I don't even know where to start. But I mean, European comics are awesome, and I do kind of think that Fiendish fits European comics pretty well. It's almost like a mix between European comics and manga, more so than it is an American style comic. So I do think it could potentially find an audience. I hope people would like it. So I'd want to try. I just don't know where to start. But yeah, if anyone in chat is from Europe or knows where I could go, let me know, because that is something I want to pursue. I've been working very hard on just distributing Fiendish more. Like, not like talking to a distributor. I'm not Rippaverse, but congratulations to them. They got distribution with, what is it, the Hachette Group, which is a huge distributor, and that's great. That's like actual store distribution, not just comic stores either, like bookstores. So that's great. I love to have that. I just don't know where to start, because I'm just me. I'm just little old me. But if I can achieve that, that would be great. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute on the auction, and this piece comes with an eye as well. So it's these two eyes, and if someone wants to jump in at the last minute, in the last 40 seconds, and bid up to 300, you get these swords. But if it doesn't hit 300, then these swords have no home, and they'll wallow in sadness and go to a corner and cry. So if you don't want the swords to cry, then bid on the art and make it up to, push it to 300. All right, now let's go back to the actual auction page. Behold! 13, 12, 11, 10. I see a bidding war. It's gone up by like $5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Someone sniped right at the end. 235. Yay! It ended. Thank you, guys. Congrats to whoever sniped at the absolute last minute. I saw that. God damn. Well done. So you'll be getting this piece. this shaman girl, and also this eye. Behold, it's sparkly too. Look, it's a sparkly eye. Shing, 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 shing. So, there you go. You'll be getting these 2 pieces, and I appreciate your support very much. Thank you. Whoever won that, whoever won that. Can I buy the stubby swords? Yeah. If you want to buy the stubby swords, sure. Hold on. How long does the last piece have? So the last piece is, oh my god, it went up to 400! Holy shit! Alright, so the Devimon, that is the big piece. The big piece of tonight. And that, oh my god, it's gone up to 400. Thank you guys so much. I didn't even see. So thank you. Yeah, that's the big piece. It's an 11 by 17. Hold on, I have it right over here. Let me full screen. Boom. It's over here. This is the Devimon. So it's 11 by 17. Also Bristol board, actual comic paper. Oh, fun detail. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but so the back of the Devimon, there's eraser marks on here. If you look really closely, do you see very light pencils? So you guys know I print out my blue line pencils, right? So the back of the Devimon are a botched blue line printout from Fiendish. So this is a fight scene that I'm working on. So there's Yomi. I think you can see it really, really faintly. And there's Casimir. So on the back, you get like this really faint printout of a penciled page from Fiendish. So I guess that's fun. That's fun. Maybe I should have mentioned that, but I actually forgot about it. I forgot this was on the back. Yeah, Force Ghost Fabio says you can barely make it out, but it's there. Swords at 500. Sure. Yeah, sure. You know what? If it does get to 500, I will throw in the swords. Hold on. Damn it, I just dropped it. Good job, me. Yeah, if it does get to 500, that is quite a bit. So it would be neglectful of me to deny you that. If somebody does want the swords, hold on, my hair is a mess now. Good job. Yeah, I'll throw in both the swords since those were not bidded on. Hold on. So you'll get this piece. That's this is the Devimon from Digimon, the female Devimon. I've been reliably informed. She is female. In case you can't tell, this is in fact a female. This is in fact a woman. Women are female. Did you know that? Did you know? Women are females. But yeah, behold this piece. It's currently at 405, which is amazing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And there's 1 hour and 15 minutes left on the auction. So the link to my eBay page is pinned in the chat on YouTube. It's just Rini Draws. It's eBay user Rini Draws. And I'm really easy to find. So if you want to bid on this, you can just go right there. And I'll post the direct link in the comments as well. But yeah, so there's this piece. And if it does get to 500, I will throw in the swords. The chubby little swords. The chubby swords. Chubby. There you go. It's only fair that it has some supplemental pieces, a little like artwork to go with it. Because the other pieces did, but this Devimon didn't. So, there you go. Talk like that will get you banned in the EU. Well. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Whatever shall I do? At least I managed to I managed like one trip to Europe before the world presumably ends, which is what the world is looking like. Yeah, I managed to go to Germany. That was very nice. I saw a castle. It was a cool castle. But yeah. Look at me banned in the EU. Women are female? I know. What is a woman? Apparently, that's a very difficult question for some people. Some very stupid people. It's not a difficult question. Everybody knows what a woman is. Germany was a great time. It was! I went and met Shay in Germany. It was so much fun. The beer was very good. I went to a Biergarten. And it was exactly, it's so stereotypical. Oh my god. Germany is just the most stereotypical, and it was so great. It was so great. I think there was some kind of festival going on at the time. So like people were walking around in drindles. It was so cool because it was a lot of young people partying and drinking, but there were also like all the women were in drindles going to the clubs. It was awesome. And the guys were in their lederhosen, but they were like pub hopping, and it was awesome. And bar hopping, and I saw a castle, and I went to a beer garden, and so they serve just like giant mugs of beer, but then they have food in the beer gardens as well, and it's just hunks of meat. It's just meat, potatoes, and beer, and you can get different kinds of meat, potatoes, and beer. But there's nothing else. You only get meat, potatoes, and beer, but flavored differently to your desire. And it's great. It's so German. I loved it. I loved it so much. It's so cool. I love it when you go somewhere and it's just as stereotypical as you expect it to be. It was so much fun. Shay tried to get me in a drindle, but there wasn't time. No, not time to get one that was affordable. Yeah. Oh, cool. I'd love to go back. Love to go back someday. But yeah. That would be cool. That would be cool. I do keep wanting some like a drindle or some kind of medieval dress, like a medieval outfit, and like I would love to have one, but then every time I want to buy one. So there's this website called, what is it, Arms Forge or something, where they make like handmade medieval outfits, and they have armor and swords as well. And oh my god, window shopping on that website is like my favorite pastime, and their outfits are just so beautiful. But like every time I'm like, oh yeah, I would love to buy this, my Chinese and Jewish genes are like, I can't spend that money. When am I gonna wear this? I can't buy something just because I want it. That's a waste of money. So that's why I don't own anything. I don't own a drindle. I don't own a cool fantasy outfit, because I am stingy as fuck, guys. And that's realistic. Where am I gonna fucking wear that stuff? I don't even go to Ren fairs. Like, what am I gonna do? I sit at home and draw. And I go, like, I guess I can wear it to conventions, but like, I suppose I could do that. But yeah, I've never been able to bring myself to spend the money. Judengenes in Germany. Yeah, I know. Very edgy. Very living on the edge. But well, Germany has reformed. They whipped themselves enough over that. It was fun. I loved it there. People were so friendly. Everyone spoke English too. Everyone spoke English, and which is very useful because I speak like 2 words of German. It's funny. I took like 1 class of German, and you can tell the words are super similar to English. And you could probably learn German very easily if you just put in some effort. If you're a native English speaker, it's like bread is just Brot. Milk is Milch, beer is beer. It's so easy. The hardest part is like it's a gendered language, so it's like I think if you say my mother, it's meine Mutter, and then my father is mein. So the way you say your own personal pronouns change depending on the subject, which is even different than Spanish. Even Spanish is a pain in the ass to learn the different like gender terms, but then you kind of just learn that. Okay, whatever the subject is, you kind of structure the whole sentence around that gender. but native speakers do it instinctively. And for me, it was really hard to remember that. But I was getting to a point where I was doing it pretty well. But then I stopped practicing Spanish because I realized I need to prioritize learning Japanese. So that's what I'm focusing on right now, because I'm going to be going to Japan more, and I want to do more Japanese conventions. So I'm focusing on Japanese. But yeah, I mean, I like languages, so I did take like 2 classes of German and a little bit of Spanish. But yeah, it was cool. Anyways, my point is I don't speak any German, but it was cool because everybody else spoke English there, and I didn't have to do any work. Mein Vater. Is that, you're right, my father, mein Vater. Pater is one of those words where it's the same in basically all Indo-European languages. It's really awesome. Father, pater. Pater. R's are sound in German. Schitzplatz. I don't know what that means. It's probably something not good. B is oh my god. Yeah. What was ambulance? The word for ambulance, isn't it like Krankenwagen or something? I love German conjugated words. It sounds so funny and angry, and when you go there, everything sounds like that. I had such a good time. Such a good time. Alex says, I'd better crash. I work really at 8 a.m. Good night, Irene, and good night, chat. Thank you for being here, Alex, and good night. Thanks for hanging out. Get some sleep. Get some sleep. Cheers. Cheers. Sharpen that Japanese and sell those books. Yes. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I just started thinking about the practicality of, I like learning languages, but what is more practical? Because if you go to Europe and if you go to Germany or even to South America, a lot of people do speak English. And I'm also realistically planning on doing more shows in Japan than anywhere else. So I want to do shows in America and Japan because those are big markets. And if I do ever do shows in Europe, like I know French people don't speak English as much as in Germany, but still, there's a better bet of communicating if you already speak English. But in Japan, nobody speaks English, so I have to learn Japanese if I'm going to do any business in Japan. So that was my logic, and that was that's me trying to plan ahead and think about these things and prioritize. And we'll see how it goes. It's so hard to learn. It's so hard to learn a language when you're an old fuck. But it's okay. I'm managing mein Vater. Vata. Right. It sounds like water. I was like, why is it water? Father is water? Right. Yeah. Pronounced Fachte? Fachte? I thought V's were W's in German. But yeah, I'm sure you're right. Fachte. Sounds like I'm saying a swear word. Everything in German sounds like a swear word. Hello, Billy Powermax. What's up? Turkey platters. Oh no! Oh my gosh. Oh, Tokome says, if you need help with Japanese, let me know. I'll put the books I learned from in front of you. Cool. Yeah, sure. Yes, please. Do let me know. Yeah, it's been I'm just doing Duolingo, and it actually has worked for me. It's working. I mean, but it's because I'm very strict on, I practice every single day. Like, even if it's only like 3 minutes, I do a lesson every single day, and I've been doing it for like 2 years. So, it has improved. Like, the last time I went to Japan, I was slightly more functional. I think with languages, it's one of those things where it's like, when I'm doing my lessons, I can say things that are to a certain complexity level, right? But when you're in person and like you're being put on the spot, you kind of regress to like you regress like 3 grade levels because you're on the spot and you're not doing a lesson, and it's hard to remember all the things that you more recently learned. So the only words that come to you are the things that are more basic and that are muscle memory. So it's that's the frustrating thing about learning a language, because I'll be doing such good work on Duolingo, and when I have been taking classes and had a teacher, and I would be conversational with the teacher, but when I'm put on the spot in person, just like when I go to a con in Japan, it's like your brain freezes up a little bit, or it just the pressure, you're like sorting priorities and it's hard to remember things that you learn. So that's the frustrating part, but it has worked. I have been improving my Japanese a little bit, but yeah, any help would be appreciated. Let me know what books you learned from, and I will I'll pick those up. I appreciate the help. I appreciate it. Cranberry Landry says hi. Is it easy to hire an interpreter / guide in Japan? I don't know. So when I went to Tokyo Comic Con, some of the artists that were like big timers, they had interpreters, but it's like they have agents and they have people finding interpreters. So it's more of a issue of like if you can pay for an interpreter. I've never gotten an interpreter, so I'm not rich and I'm not famous. So the most I've had was like I've had friends. I know a lot of people in Japan. So when I did Tokyo Comic Con, I had friends just come by when they didn't have work and just sit at my table and help me out. And like I didn't even ask for it, so I'm very grateful that they did it. But yeah, I know people that moved there from Taiwan. I know people who moved there from America. I know a lot of people in Tokyo and Osaka as well. And when I did Osaka Comic Con, I had my local friend William, who really helped out, and I super appreciate that. It was really cool, and yeah, just like so just knowing people helps a lot. But I guess getting an interpreter is just a matter of being able to pay for it, because like people have to, if not be doing any other jobs for that time, right? And like I'm sure maybe you can find people who are like English teachers who are bilingual to do it. Just need to have the monies. Everyone knows Rini. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people. I guess I know a lot of people, which I don't know how that happened, because I'm not very social. I don't really talk to people, but somehow I've managed to amass quite the acquaintance list. Somehow. Cranberry says, I'm just popping in to say konnichiwa. Hello. How's the food in Japan? Amazing. Amazing. I love Japanese food, but I can see like it's probably not to everyone's taste, but I love it. Like I love seafood. I love sushi, and especially I love sashimi. That fish market in Tokyo, Tsukiji, I think they closed it down, which is really sad. But yeah, there was this market that was right next to the docks, and it was a market, and then you have a row of just restaurants, like sushi and sashimi restaurants, and then the market, and then the docks. So the fish and the food was like super fresh. It was right on the docks. And the first time I went to Japan, I went there, and I'm really glad I got to go there before it closed. And it was amazing. It was such good sashimi. I just got a bowl. It looked like poke, but it wasn't poke. It was a Japanese thing, but it was very similar. It was just a bowl of sashimi blocks. I could eat that shit all day, every day. I love sashimi so much. And funny enough, the best sashimi I've had, obviously in Japan, but also in Vancouver. Because Vancouver has a lot of Asian stuff and like really good Asian food. It's also right on the ocean as well. So I went to this Japanese place in Vancouver, and like it's the biggest sashimi blocks I've ever seen in my life. The thing was like the size of my fist. It was like a giant. I was like, okay, I'll order this sashimi. It says jumbo slices. Sure, I'll do that. You know how sashimi slices are usually like this sized? Like maybe like this or half of this. The sashimi I got was like twice the height. It was this thick hunk. It was like half the fish. And I was like, this is great. This is great. I wish I lived here. It was so good. Chirashi? Maybe it was that. I don't remember what the dish was called. Yeah, it was so good. I'm too scared of parasites to eat sushi and sashimi. It's mostly safe. They know how to process it. And a lot of it is smoked. So, well, some of it is. Yeah, I don't know. So far, so good. No parasites yet. Yeah, I'm sure the Japanese know how to process it and make it safe. Famous last words. I've never had a bad meal in China. That's not true. Raw pigskin salad was kind of gross. Oh my god. I've never even tried that. That's a dish. Well, of course it's a dish. I mean, China is so big. There are so many regional dishes that I'm sure there's so much variety. There's a lot of cuisine I don't know about. Yeah, so as far as food that's actual like Chinese food from mainland China, I remember going to Sichuan when I was like 12. That was the first time I went to mainland China. It's so funny because Sichuan, it's the province that's known for having spicy food, and I just remember like everything was spicy. Like the rice tasted spicy. I'm like, how do you make white rice that's spicy? I'm so confused. But it was good. But also I was like crying while eating because like everything is just red and spice. It's nuts. But man, I love Sichuan food, and I love Sichuan fish. It's great. It's like just spicy broiled fish. So American Chinese takeout food is like obviously not real Chinese food. You guys want to know what real Chinese food is? It's just like stick it in soy sauce and broil it. That's it. Shove it in a pot of soy sauce and broil it. Everything is broiled. Vegetables are broiled, meat is broiled, rice is broiled, potatoes are broiled, everything is just fucking broiled. You stick it in, or it's steamed. So it's a lot of like hot water cooking everything. And nowadays you have like fried seafood. But yeah, Chinese food is just broiled shit in soy sauce. But it's not to insult it. I like it. Grew up eating it. But my favorite cuisine is Japanese cuisine. I really like Japanese food. Very particular to that. Mapo tofu, Chengdu is great. Yeah, I think I did go to Chengdu. So I have a hard time remembering this. I was only 12, but I know I went to Chengdu. It was for this like art trip. I won this art contest in Taiwan, so they took a bunch of like kids to China on this like art trip as it was part of the reward. And like I remember seeing this waterfall, and I thought it was like the I don't remember which river it was though, cuz yeah, hold on, let me look at an actual map. Let me look at a friggin' map here, cuz in my head I kept thinking that it must have been the Changjiang, but that's not, is it? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't really line up. So maybe it was somewhere else. Where does the Yangtze River go? Let's see. Maybe it was, but like Chengdu isn't near Changjiang. That's the Yangtze, by the way. I don't know why in English they call it the Yangtze. That's not what it's called in Chinese. I guess the English name is derived from the last section of the river, and the last section of the river is called Yangzijiang. But the whole river isn't called that. That's not what the whole river is supposed to be called. But whatever, who cares? Yeah, let's see. Why can't I find a fucking image? Maybe we went to Chongqing, because Chongqing is further south. But yeah, I remember going to Chengdu, and but that's nowhere near the actual Changjiang. Maybe it was a tributary. Anyways, geography class with Irene. Nobody cares. Yeah, it was really cool because it was this gigantic waterfall, and it was so majestic. And we were viewing it from like this ancient building. There was like a restaurant, and there was like an overhang and a balcony, and you could see this huge waterfall, and it was a really big river. But I thought it was this river, but it probably wasn't. Anyways, it was cool. Yellow River is Huanghe. That's the other one further to the north. Rini, have you ever been to San Diego Comic-Con? Yeah, I have. I went to San Diego years ago. I never tabled at San Diego. I never tabled there. I tabled at New York Comic-Con a few times. But yeah, I just, in my head, I always just feel like San Diego is harder to get into. And I've never bothered. Also, it's just further away. So yeah, I never tabled there. But I've been there as an attendee just to see what it's like. And my memory of it is just like being absolutely squished by people. And I remember the convention hall is like this shotgun convention hall, right? This super long thing. It feels like it's a mile long, and it's just packed full of people. So I remember trying to get from one end to the other. It was right around when Pacific Rim came out, so it was years ago. But I remember because they had the little girl's outfit from Pacific Rim on display, and they had the suits on display on the show floor. So I remember it was when Pacific Rim came out. And I remember trying to get from one end of the show floor to Artist Alley, and it took me 45 minutes of fighting people and squeezing through crowds. And I'm like, why would I want to do this again? Why would I want to do this again? And when I go to conventions, I'm not like a big party person. I know like people who do. This is also why I haven't done Dragon Con. Even though I really should. But it's like, I know some people when they go to conventions, they enjoy doing the panels and all the side events and whatever. And for me, that's just too much fucking socializing, dude. Like, I'm not into things enough to go to a bunch of panels and side events. Like, and the stuff that I am into that I would go to panels and stuff for, it's not usually at Comic Cons, right? It's I don't know. I don't, even if there's like a show I really like I'm not gonna go to a panel and listen to the actors yap. Like, I don't care. If George R. R. Martin was talking, I would go listen to him give a panel. But anyways, yeah, when I go to a convention, I just want a table at Artist Alley, excuse me, sell some books and be done with it. So, yeah, I just, my impression of San Diego Comic-Con is just like, oh my God, I'm being trampled by people. I don't know if I want to do this again. So I haven't. But, also it's expensive. I'm rolling back going to conventions so much just because like I spend money to go to conventions. I don't really get invited. I've gotten invited to some smaller cons, but like I pay my way to go to cons and I'm kind of done with it. I think I'll do Heroes every year because I really like Heroes, and that's about it. Like, is it really worth it? Because when I've done New York the last couple times, I did really well. But because of expenses, I only earned a tiny bit of money after all my expenses. So I'm like, it's a great experience, but at the same time, like, because there are so many expenses, and I'm not doing a business model that's easier. Like, not, I wouldn't say easier, that's insulting, but it's more convention floor oriented, like those booths that have fan art keychains and stuff. And that's smart. I know people that make a living just doing like 30 cons a year because their whole booth are just keychains of fan art, and people will buy that. Will buy it for like $5. And sure, there are expenses that go into doing that many cons, and they have to buy their tables, but because it's like fan art keychains and everybody wants those, they do make money every con, and that's their bread and butter. And I know people that do that, but I don't want to do that. I'm a comic artist with my own comic series, and I'm a publisher. I have books. And I understand that it's harder to sell that than if I was just drawing a bunch of fan art, but I'm going to keep doing that because that's what I want to do. I'm not going to draw a bunch of just like fan art keychains and sell it because that's not me. So I think I'm cutting back on doing conventions other than Heroes Con, and I'd love to do more shows in Japan, and that's about it, because it's like it's just so much time away from drawing for me. If someday, if I want to focus on making Fiendish good, because if it becomes good, and if I start getting more cover work, then maybe one day I will be invited to conventions. That would be great. I'll do more conventions if I could. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, I will earn the ability to be invited. I would really hope for that, but I have to prove myself. I get it. So if that could happen, that would be great. So I wouldn't have all the expenses, and I can like the stress would be less if that was possible. But I know that's a long way down the line. I'm going to have to work for it. So I'm just going to focus on actually doing the work, because that's what matters. I'm going to focus on actually putting the books out. The Horror of One says, I hope you succeed. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. There's another convention called San Diego Comic Fest. There's a few in San Diego. Wasn't there a anime convention in New York? But are they still doing that? Because I remember there was a sizable anime convention in New York. See, if I was smart, I would have been doing MomoCon and stuff in Atlanta. But yeah, I always apply too late. This is why I need a fucking manager. I always, like, I asked this year. Too late. I applied too late. And Dragon Con, too late. Their registration starts so ding dang early. I think I emailed them in like January or February, and they're already like, yeah, we're already done. I think it's a situation where basically right after a con, you have to apply for the next year. So like, I don't plan my whole year that far ahead. Even New York and Heroes Con, usually you apply 6 months before. So I don't know. I should have been doing MomoCon and Dragon Con, but I just haven't bothered. Maybe I'll do MomoCon one of these times, because it's somewhat close to me, so we shall see. Manager, you say? Wink, wink. Oh, Shay here's manager, and she is happy. That would be really great. New York is a hellscape. Now it is. Now it's a hellscape. Hold on, I need to blow my nose. Oh, sniffly. I'm sorry. Yeah, I woke up kind of sniffly. I don't know why. I need to eat my vitamin C. I need to take my vitamin C. New York is crazy. It's just nuts. I like it. Because like I've been going to New York so much since I was little, because I have family there. But it's like, it just feels like a mild dystopia now. It's so impersonable, but I still love it, just because it does feel like one of those places that are like, when you're there, it feels like the center of the world. And that's really cool. There's so much happening. There's so much to discover. There's so much going on, and it's really cool. But I just wish it was cleaner, and there were less crazy people. I don't have to worry about getting stabbed. That would be nice. That'd be really nice if I didn't have to worry about getting stabbed in New York, right? But yeah, I love New York. It's so cool. I have so many good memories of going there. Yeah, man. I don't know what they're doing. These cities need to be cleaned up. That would be nice, yes. Clean New York, can you imagine? Oh my gosh. Absolutely insane. Well, we shall see. I am open to suggestions. We'll talk. Oh, cheers. The beginnings of the Red Valkyrie talent agency. I bet Shay would be a great agent. She would be so good at running a talent agency. You should do that. My son's going to UCL in London this September. Oh, cool. His room looks over the Thames. I'm kind of worried. Aw, he's a tough soul. I understand. Yeah, I hear scary stories about London. Yeah. A lot of scary stories. These big cities, man. These big cities. It's just like, all you have to do is not tolerate crime. It's very easy. Just because it's a big city doesn't mean it has to be a chaotic mess. full of crime. But for some reason, a lot of people can't muster the courage to just put their foot down about it. I don't get it. Tokyo proves that big cities don't have to be a chaotic mess. Many cities are perfectly fine. Taipei is fairly safe. Like, Taipei isn't dangerous at all. I walk around at night all the time. I had such shit street smarts when I first moved to America because I was so used to Taiwan. Like, Taiwan is really, really safe. Like, when you're in America and you're in a dark alley at night, you start getting real nervous. In Taiwan, if you find a dark alley at night, that's an adventure. Because, like, ooh, maybe there's a hidden temple down the dark alley, same as Japan. Like, imagine that world. Imagine that world where you don't have to worry about bullshit because your government doesn't tolerate crime. I don't know, I'm not going to go on a rant about that, but it does annoy me. It does annoy me. So yeah, as much as I love being in America, it's really nice being in Taiwan and Japan because it's just so safe. And NYC needs another Giuliani. Somebody that'll actually put their foot down. How's your campaign going? The campaign is closed. I'm ending these auctions now. And this is the last piece. This This Devimon on eBay that ends in 42 minutes, everybody. This is a 11 by 17 Devimon. You can see the actual original piece over here. It is sizable. It is a large piece of artwork drawn on actual comic paper. So it's the same size as like the Fiendish original art pages. And this is the last piece of art from my INCURVATE art book. All the other pieces have been sold. So this is the last piece of art and the last auction of the night, and probably the last original art thing I'll have up for a while. I have some other original art lying around, but I don't know when I'll auction that. Maybe after Heroes, I'll throw them up on eBay as well. But yeah, if you'd like to own a piece of art from INCURVATE, then my art book that just closed, that just went to print today, then this is the last piece that is available, the last piece of art for sale from that campaign, from that book. And as I promised, if this right now it's at $405, which is amazing. Thank you guys. Oh my gosh. But if it does get to 500, as per Marumi's suggestion, I will throw in these little swords. These little chubby swords. Look at them. It's a cute sword. It'll stab you while being cute. So if this does get to 500, I'll throw both of these in. So yeah, that's what I'm doing tonight. Wrapping up these auctions. And these, oh, by the way, like when I do ship my larger pieces as well, I'll ship this framed. Just because I'm so worried about artwork getting fucked up in the mail, I always frame it. I just buy a bunch of frames in bulk from Amazon, like 11 by 17 frames, and I'll ship it to you framed so it'll be nice and protected. And fun fact, I showed it earlier, but the back of this piece has pencils from Fiendish, so it's really light, but it shows up more in person. Because I print out my blue lines, I pencil digitally and I print out my blue lines. So on the back, there's a page of pencils from Fiendish, so that's a little extra thing that you'll own if you get this piece. So there you go. We know murder could be so. Who knew murder could be so adorable? Stabby. Just kidding. Disavow. Don't do that. I disavow violence. Obviously. It's all in jest. Fortunately, I'm stuck in one of the few blue counties in Indiana. Being close to Chicago, it carried over. Out here, Chicago's crazy too. Yeah, we stopped by to see Phil last year, driving to RJ. That was cool. Chicago is such a huge city. It was crazy. But yeah, yeah, it's just too bad. It's just too bad that big American cities are just so full of crime and stuff. It doesn't have to be like that. Yeah, Atlanta. I think Atlanta's actually cleaned up a bit over the years. It used to be crazy. It used to be shit. It used to be so dangerous. I remember when I first moved to Atlanta in like 2009. I would be what's the area? Oh, there's an area in Atlanta that's like notoriously just like all kinds of shady stuff happening. It's called Underground Atlanta. So Atlanta, it's kind of cool. The city is there's like a lower level of the city that is hidden away because the original city, it was a railroad terminal. The original name of Atlanta was Terminus because it was the end of like the Eastern Railway. And so there's like a original railway marker and everything, but the I don't remember the reason for it, but in downtown Atlanta, there's a whole area where the street level is higher than the original ground level. So they built the streets and the current ground level above where the original city was. So that area still exists. It's called Underground Atlanta. It's like the basement level of a lot of buildings in downtown Atlanta. And it's been like the city's just been trying to revive it. There's been so many attempts to revive it. There's like music and art festivals that happen there, and it's always super shady. It's always a bunch of drugs. It's always like the most freaky, scary place you can go to. And there's a metro station there, and it was the shadiest thing every time I would go there. So I remember I was like 20 or 21 when I first moved to Atlanta. I was younger. I was like 19 actually. And like, it was so annoying because I would get hit on all the time, and not just like politely. I would get followed. I was like, hey, do you want my number? Hey, what's your number? I'll be like, no, I'm fine. Or I just like be like, here, I totally have a boyfriend. And they'll be like, no, it's fine. Boyfriend's not married. And they keep following me. It was so fucking annoying. Every time I went there, I hated going there, but I had to take the metro because it was poor as shit. So I hated it. It was so horrible. And so many buildings were just like dilapidated and boarded up. And like, oh my God, I'm just lucky I didn't get mugged when I moved to Atlanta. It's better now. They cleaned it up. I think Underground Atlanta is still shady as fuck though. But the film money has come in over the years, and that's helped Atlanta a bit because it's like we had the Olympics, and then that was like a bunch of money, but then the city went to shit. But then because of the tax incentives that Atlanta has given to films, a lot of things are filmed at Atlanta. So that's brought a lot of money in. And so there's a lot of new construction. Things are a little better now. Like downtown Atlanta is mostly nice, but don't go to Underground Atlanta because you might get stabbed. Yeah. But yeah, so most of our cities are still shit. And it's sad. It's sad we don't have to live like this. Protect. It is annoying. It is annoying. And I'm not one of those people that complain about like catcalling. I'm like, catcalling is whatever, right? It's being really rude and gross and following you. That's not. Be a civil person. Be a civilized human being. I hated that so much. Oh, that was too much. Like at least just don't be a creep about it. At the bus stop. The horror of one. Are you at the bus stop? Is that what you're saying? That's where I got hit on in Vegas recently by a crackhead. Her toothless smile was kind of cute though. Well, at least you found her cute. Yeah. Adorable story. Adorable story. Yeah, being rude and following crosses the line. I know. Yeah, it's there's a certain level of like, you know, I understand men will talk to women. I'm not offended by that. It's just it was so over the top. It was really annoying. And I'm like, whose story of their parents meeting is like, yeah, my dad just followed her at the bus stop every day and wouldn't shut up and wouldn't stop asking her for a number and harassed her until she gave him her number, and that's their love story. Like, when has that ever worked? What? Who thinks that's going to work? That's not very compelling, is it? Anyway, that's true. that's a lot of people don't have social skills. I don't have social skills either. So I try to I do try to be forgiving of that, because I mean, believe you me, especially when I was when I was like younger, I was so awkward. I was like the awkward anime nerd teen, man. It was so bad. I had to learn how to be social. Um like it's shocking because I can talk to people now, but this is a learned skill. It doesn't come naturally. So I have great sympathy for people who are not the most social creatures. But yeah, like sometimes it's just like you're being inconsiderate, and that's a bit much, isn't it? At least just be considerate. Step one of having social skills: be considerate. You seem fine to me, and I've learned to talk to people. I was so awkward as a teenager. It was horrible. It was horrible. I think that's how some people think. I think that's really what some people think. That's like, it's not, you're not on a safari. You're not wearing down a prey animal. You wore her down. My God. Jesus. Teen years are hell. It was horrible. Yeah, I was your quintessential awkward teenager. It was yeah, it sucked. It sucked. But then I got out and got to go to art school and then started drawing comics, so now I'm happy. I hardly ever talked in high school. Yeah, I think people say that I'm socially functional now, and they think that I've always been this way, and I must have been like, oh, you must have been popular in high school. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I was in anime club. Do you think anyone in anime club is popular in high school? What are you talking about? I was like the anime weirdo, and like it was like it's rough for girls too, because you're like your body changes so much and you're awkward in your own skin for years. It was especially true for me, and I didn't like how I looked either, because I was like really big for Taiwan. I'm still like, I tower over most women in Taiwan, so I had a whole complex about it. Like, I've gotten over it. I don't care, because then I moved to America. I'm like, oh, I'm normal. But like in Taiwan, I just felt so awkward, and I didn't have the same interests as other people around me. And then also at this whole thing where I didn't like going to school because all the teachers were annoyed that I liked doing art. Like, I didn't have a lot of support doing art at all. So all the teachers hated me except for like my English teacher. My English teachers are awesome, but like all the Taiwanese teachers at school were like, why are you choosing to do art? You're gonna be a failure. So I hated it. I hated school. I had weird niche interests. I was just a weirdo. Obviously a cringy emo kid. But listen, it builds character. This is character building, right? This is character building, and that's how I ended up on DeviantArt, and that's how I ended up in America, because I was like, ooh, I find all these artists that I like on DeviantArt, and they're American, and also there's art school in America, so I'm going to come here, and that's how I ended up in America. So, character building, yeah. Gian Ren says I'm white people height. I am. I am the same height as my dad's side, so I tower over my Taiwanese family. Not like totally, but like I'm the same height as all the men. So, you know, had a bit of a complex about that, but it's fine. I shouldn't be talking about towering over anyone when Shay is in chat. Like, it was like the Taiwan version of what like tall girls in America have to go through. It's like, I think all teenagers, it's not exclusive to girls. It's you just have to go through a few years of being awkward in your own skin, right? And it's part of becoming an adult. It's character building. All right. Let's see. The auction ends in 29 minutes and 48 seconds. I think it's, how much has it gone up? Has it gone up like 2 cents or $2? Was it 403? I wasn't watching. Maybe it hasn't gone up. It's just been sitting there. People are waiting till the last minute to snipe. So, if it gets to 500, everybody, I will be including these little sword drawings These cute little chubby swords. Stabby, stabby, little chubby swords. Take me home with you. So I'll be including these if the auction goes up to 500, but not before. Not before. No, siree. $2. Rainy is classy. I try to be. I do my best. Stabby, stabby. Whoa. Elasmat thinks you're tall. He's pretty short though. I met Elasmat. I'm 5'7" or like 5'7.5". I'm pretty. That's pretty average, right? That's average. It's just tall for Taiwan, but like I'm a normal person in America. Normal. What? She's voices too? There's nothing she can't do. Except sing. I can't sing to save my life. But yes. I am so multi-talented. That's about average. Yeah, it's about average. What is this? I'm tall 5'7" too. Yeah, that's tall depending on where you are. It's all about like, it's like in Amsterdam. I wouldn't be tall, right? Just everyone in Amsterdam would be like 6'5". Jeez. But in Taiwan, yeah. In Taiwan, that would be tall. Anyone else listens to Gregorian chants when you go to sleep, says Wolfler? No. I went through a period where I would listen to white noise when I was going to sleep. Or like rain sounds. I liked listening to rain sounds. But no, not Gregorian chants. I feel like I'd have some really epic dreams if I went to sleep listening to Gregorian chants. It'd be like angels and demons and shit. I'd dream of Paradise Lost. It'll be epic. Maybe I should try that. Irene, I need to visit Taiwan one day. I need that experience in my life. Shay, please do. Oh my god. Yes, yes, and yes. Shay, if you come to Taiwan, I will give you, it'll be the time of your life. You and Sai should both come to Taiwan. And I've invited so many American friends to come to Taiwan to visit me. Only one couple has taken me up on it, but like, I think I showed them a great time. I took them on a whole trip north to south. We have a high-speed rail. It's like you can go to Taipei. Taipei is like the capital, all the happening, a bunch of anime stuff. It's like little Harajuku. There's an area like that. It's cool. It's like you can get a bunch of the same stuff in Japan, but you know, in Chinese. And then you can take high-speed rail. And then there's Kanding is like the national park in the south. Great beaches. It's like a Thai beach, but we have one in Taiwan, like white sand beaches. There's several of them, and it's this beautiful like rainforesty area. You can drink on the beach. There's like markets right on the beach. Everyone's walking around in their bikinis. It's awesome. It's so much fun. So if you do come to Taiwan, I'll show you a good time. You'll love it. And you can go to Japan as well. I've already invited some people I know to meet up in Japan while I'm in Taiwan. Hopefully they can make it. Who knows? I know it's expensive. But like, I was surprised that flying to like Europe from America is like the same price as flying to Taiwan or Japan. And I'm like, the Atlantic is significantly smaller. So I don't really know why it costs so much. You would think that because like there must be so many flights between Europe and America, right? But it costs the same as flying to Asia from Atlanta. I'm just shocked. I was really surprised by that because it's so much further. It's like, this is a 15-hour flight versus like 7 hours, but whatever. Anyways, I know it's expensive. I know not everyone can just do that, but if you can make it, Shay, let's meet up. Let's do it. It'll be fun. We'll teach you to run over senior citizens. Rini driving. I will not be driving. We will be taking public transit and Uber. Nope. Yeah, last time I lived in Taiwan, I eventually bought a scooter just to get around. So like, because I was living in the city that my family is from, but like there really isn't, the public transit isn't as good in that city because it's not the capital. So I bought a scooter. That's where my intro video is from. I strapped a camera to, I had this like neck camera holder. It was so silly. And I filmed like a scooter ride around my city. But yeah, in Taipei, you won't need a car or a scooter unless you need to transit to like the outskirts of Taipei. And honestly, owning a car in Taipei would just be a pain in the ass because like there's nowhere to park. Nowhere. There isn't even anywhere to park a scooter. So that's why everyone owns scooters, because parking is hell. It's an island. There's no space. There is no space anywhere. So unless you have like 5 kids, like there's absolutely no point to owning a car in Taiwan. So yeah. If we're in Taipei, you won't have to suffer through me driving at all. We'll just take the bus and Uber. We'll be fine. You'll be fine. You will be safe. It's the jet stream. Uses less fuel to travel with the jet stream than against it. Oh, that's cool. I thought that was like coming to and from Asia, right? So I remember that. I forgot which way, but I think going to Asia is longer, but coming from Asia is shorter. It's like 2 hours off of the flight time. And I thought that was the jet stream, but maybe it just, maybe they're like air corridors and stuff that help both ways. I was just surprised because the flight time is so much more, and the cost the same as going to Europe. It's Japan's worst. There's a flight from LAX to Narita for 500 round trip. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's Japan's worst airline, but Japan's worst airline is like better than our best airline, I bet. I bet it's still so nice. It's everything in Japan is nice. I videotape my crimes. I caught someone cutting me off on that video. If you look at, I know people joke about the old guy. It wasn't that close. It totally wasn't that close in real life. If you were there, it was fine. But no, there was a lady that cut me off at an alleyway in the video, if you watch it back. So like, she is on video being a terrible driver, okay? So I would like to remind everyone, I am not actually the worst driver in that video. There is someone significantly worse. Depends on the route. Oh, cool. I guess Moromi would know. He does plane stuff. He works on planes, so he would know. If we were, there would have been a spatter on the road. I haven't done that yet, and hopefully I never will. What? Free reading tours? I'm going to Taipei. Taipei is a lot of fun. Let's see. Do they celebrate Christmas in Taiwan? Not really. No. They do Chinese New Year's in Taiwan. They would deploy the military if Shay went there. Why would they do that? They wouldn't do that. What? Shay would be like Godzilla in Taiwan? No! Shay's nothing like Godzilla. She's a tall beauty, okay? She's a tall beauty. People would be fascinated. Everyone would want to talk to you because you'd be so tall. So, like, people are more used to foreigners in Taiwan now. Because when I was growing up, if you're a foreigner, you really stood out. But now people are more used to it. But still, like, if you're tall and you really look different, like, people will, like, nobody will be unfriendly. It's a very friendly place. Like, everyone will just be fascinated. They'll want to try to practice English with you. So be prepared for everybody trying to practice English with you. It's very cute. It'll be fun. Okay. The Dutch aren't people, they're giants. Man, Dutch people are so insanely tall. It's nuts. TC says, I had a dream a couple of days ago that I thought I was E-School. What? You had a dream of my comic character? That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I blame that entirely on Renee's last email blast. It has some shaman magic in it or something. Maybe I unintentionally cast a charm on my last email blast. Yeah, by the way, if you haven't yet, First of all, sign up for my Fiendish email list on the website, fiendishcomic.com. An email pop-up there'll be a pop-up, so sign up for my email list. But yeah, if you're signed up and you haven't checked your emails yet, check your emails, because I sent out an email blast earlier in the week with some new art from Fiendish 3. I finally have some color pages from Nick. He's been busy, but he's gotten some pages in, so that's good. And yeah, it's cool. And it's an email list only exclusive, super secret preview, because I feel like those pages are a little spoilery, but it's okay. But I wanted everyone in that signed up for the email list to actually see the pages and get a little treat for, you know, being on the email list. So check your emails. If you haven't yet, you should have those pages in the email. But yeah, he's still going through some stuff. It was rough. It's rough stuff. 18 minutes and 21 seconds to the auction. 18 minutes to go, guys. Will it get any higher? Let's see. Starkey says, don't do drugs, DC. No, it's not drugs. It's a charm I unintentionally cast. JW says, art looked good. Thank you. Nick did a great job. Did a great job. The thing with Nick's coloring is he colors very differently than me. And it's never color choices that I would pick, but I think they work. Like 99% of the time, I don't have any no's for him at all. So it's one of those things where, oh, this is very different than how I would have colored it. But I think it's a style that works well. And what matters in when you're coloring for comics is that the storytelling reads, right? And that's what Nick is good at. He's good at taking detailed inks where my inks are fairly detailed, and he makes sure that the storytelling is still clear and the panels have separation. So that's what really matters, and he carries the storytelling over into the coloring. So I really appreciate that, and I think he's doing a great job with the colors that have just come in. So go check it out. You told us you don't sing. I don't. That was a fluke. It'll never happen again. I don't sing. What are you talking about? That didn't happen. It didn't happen. 18 minutes of Devimon. Yes. 18 minutes, everybody. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Now that Mike and his dad, Rini, had to unlock the music in her soul, the people are getting antsy. They're getting antsy over what? What are people getting antsy over? Let's see. Sharada says you get stared at in China a lot. Oh my god. At zoos are snapping pics of the pink westerner. Oh god. Yeah. I think even I got stared at in China. But it depends on where you go. I'm pretty sure there are less Westerners in China, depending on where you are. But like just in general, just because it's more closed off, there's going to be less outsiders there than somewhere like Taipei or Tokyo. So yeah. Yeah, I think in Tokyo, you don't really get stared at. Like people are so used to foreigners. There's so many foreigners in Tokyo, which is both good and bad. It's not always a good thing, but well, we'll get into that. We won't get into that. Respect someone's culture if you go to their country is all I'm gonna say. But yeah, if you go to like more rural Japan, people will still like kind of stare at you, but they're very polite. Like Japanese people are just really polite. So it's not like the whole, man, I remember going to China and people will just like stare, like oogling at you, like you're a alien, and it's like you're some inhuman creature, and it's like, do you have to look at me like I am human? It's not that bad. I don't even look that foreign. They're just like, you look weird. They're just staring at you like And what was extra annoying is this happened to me in Taiwan as well. Like, people would assume I don't speak Chinese and start talking about me within earshot in Chinese, and I'm like, I speak Chinese. I can understand you, bro. It was so disconcerting. It's weird being mixed. You get some weird experiences. But yeah, people will stare. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. That's why I never mind all the stuff of like, well, all the stereotypes of like, oh, Americans are so ignorant and like so unwelcoming of outsiders. Like, no, they're not. America is one of the most open and accepting places in the world, okay? Just because it's not completely perfect doesn't make that untrue. Doesn't mean it's not one of the most accepting and open-minded places in the world. So I have nothing to complain about that. It's one of those things where it's like, I had for example, I had this landlord. It was so funny in Savannah, who for some reason he was very nice, but he was convinced I was from Okinawa. He could not remember that I was from Taiwan and not Okinawa. And every time I talked to him about my family, he's like, so when are you going back to Okinawa? And it's like, I'm not from Okinawa. I don't know why you thought about Okinawa. And like, I talked about it before. I know a bunch of rednecks. There's a bunch of rednecks that live down the street from me. They're the best people ever. They're so great. They're so great. They're like all these like urban liberal types who like complain about rednecks. You don't know any rednecks. They're good people, okay? They're just like salt of the earth. They're not like urban sensibilities, right? They're a bit rough around the edges, but they're good people. They're so nice. They can like fix absolutely everything. And it's this like hands-on knowledge that they have, and they're the best neighbors I've ever had. But anyways, it's really funny because I don't think they ever remember that I'm from Taiwan, and they think I'm from Japan. But like, who cares? Because the thing is, I bet even my family in Taiwan wouldn't be able to find Atlanta on a map. So what? That's normal. That's normal for most people to not know that much outside of their own country. So like, I don't understand why somehow that's a great sin when Americans don't know that much about like the rest of the world. Like that's normal to me. Why do you expect everybody to be some like well-traveled globetrotter? Most people aren't that, and they don't need to be that. It's okay. So I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, went off on a bit of a tangent there. But if you go to China, you will definitely get stared at a lot more than most other places. In Asia, extraordinary, not extraordinary. I just stand out a little bit. But like, there are more mixed kids in Asia now. I remember when I was little, it was like a rarity, and people would see me and be like, "Oh, what's your?" And you just look different. So, and everybody would want to practice English with me as well. It was funny. You have an Okinawan flair about you. Cool. I'll take that. That's fine with me. That name changes is off from work. Welcome. Welcome. Heck, I can't find Chicago half the time. I live 90 miles away from it. Well, that's fair. That's fair. It's fine. It's fine to, be focused on your own neck of the woods. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Not a globetrotter, more of a general. I don't know what that means. That went right over my head. But yes, considering how utterly racist many other places in the world are, yeah. No, like, some Americans have no concept of like the level of racism that some other places possess, and it annoys me very much. I know like there's nowhere in the world that's perfect, but like America's pretty good. I love Americans, very friendly people. I mean, and it's like obviously I think I temperamentally fit in America better than anywhere else. Even though I was born in Taiwan, I fit in America. It's more my culture, and like people really of just having a couple of assumptions and stereotypes, that's not the end of the world. That's not, in my mind, like evil racism. That's just normal for people. People have stereotypes. So I do think people kind of clutch their pearls about it too much. But yeah, if you go to China, some stores will be like, oh, we don't allow Japanese people in the store. Like, that's real racism. You'll never see that in America. That'll never happen. Anyway, Okinawa, close enough. Same island chain. It's close by, so near enough. Yeah, I'm like, why did you think Okinawa? At least I could understand confusing Taiwan with Thailand, but it was Okinawa. Okay. It was really funny. All in good fun. Let's see. I went to China with my very pink mom, and it was hilarious. Showed a homeless guy was her friend from his crazy stares. What? They sense the Jew in you. They are on the dark Phil vibe. Right, yeah. Phil's on his Jews control the world arc. I'm just joking. It's all in good fun. It's funny. We joke about it. Renee's human. I am human. Yes. Yes, indeed. Don't Johnny Somali people. Yeah. That shit was fucking annoying. I'm glad that guy's going to jail. Fuck that guy. Ruining things for everybody, man. Don't go to another country and act like Johnny Somali. Just because a culture is polite and a country is polite doesn't mean you get to be an absolute dipshit. Don't travel to someone else's country and be a dipshit. I don't know. It's just not that complicated. I don't even understand. I can't bring myself. When I go somewhere, my instinct is to watch what other people are doing and try to do the same, right? I want to not disturb someone else's culture and home, and I don't understand people that don't have that instinct, and I think those people probably belong in a work camp because you don't fit in society. You're not part of polite society. Like, oh my God. Be civilized. Don't act like a complete fucking idiot. 9 minutes left. Yes. 9 minutes left. 7 minutes now left to the auction. Let's see. What else have you guys been saying in chat? Basketball reference. Somebody's talking about Yao Ming. Reese says cheers. I'm drinking coffee, but cheers anyhow. Cheers. I'll take a sip of my coffee. No wine today. Maybe I should have. I do still have a bottle of wine, but I'll save that. I drank an entire bottle of wine last night, guys. Shockingly, I wasn't hungover. I don't know how, but I think it would be a bad idea to drink another bottle immediately afterwards. So let's be responsible adults and not continue drinking 2 nights in a row. Let's do that. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Let's see. 6 minutes to the trailer. To the auction. Everybody, trailer. I will be right back. Let me find something to play. I had a short trailer. Let me just play that. All right. There you go. The short Fiendish 3 trailer. I'll be right back. Okay, stop looping. I set it to loop. Whoops. Anyways, I'm back. Had to blow my nose. I've been really sniffly. I need to take my vitamins so I don't get sick. It is springtime. It is that time of the year. Pardon me. 4 minutes left. 4 minutes and 48 seconds left to the trailer. Oh my gosh. Shay says we're getting wine. You know what? If this does go up if we get to 500, if this gets to 500, not only will whoever wins this Devimon get the little swords as well, but I will drink a glass of wine just for you guys. I will indulge in the alcohol. I will drink for baggings. But yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's only fair if we do get this auction to jump up. So if this does get to 500 at the very end, I'll have a drink and cheers with you guys. Celebratory drink. So that'll happen. 500 is the wine goal. Yeah. I agree. 500 and we get wine. I'll drink with you. Yay. Yes. Come. Yay. Allergies. Maybe. I've been so sniffly. I don't feel sick otherwise, but I'm just so sniffly recently. So it's very annoying. It's really annoying. Snarky says I typed fish fuck and it passed. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's probably a lot of people type fish fuck in my chat. So it's probably fine. YouTube AI has been on an authoritarian censorship spree. Yeah, like YouTube's always been weird. I've talked about the time where I drew, it was this drawing of Ragna. Again, a fictional character in a drawing where nothing was showing. Like I had her hair covering her chest. Like she wasn't wearing anything, but her hair was covering everything. It wasn't just like barely covering either. Everything was covered, and YouTube was like, you can't have that in the thumbnail. I was like, why? Everything is covered. I was like, it's on it. They have like YouTube Kids, so I mark my stuff as not for kids. So like kids shouldn't even be seeing that. It was very annoying, but yeah, whatever. YouTube's always been a little prudish about that kind of stuff. I'm glad you can type fish fuck though, and that went through. At least we can type fish fuck. Whew. Let's see. One moment while I win the lotto so I can bid 5,000. Well, good luck with that. I wish you all the luck. A glass? You have a drink, a whole carton? Oh my gosh. Well, I don't have a carton. Man. Haven't had a drink in months. Amazing. Yeah, I haven't either. I've been good. I've been trying to drink less. But I figured, I was closing out my art book, and I thought it was only fair to have a few drinks. It's for tradition's sake, for the sake of tradition. So I do have some wine, but honestly, I've been good. I have not been drinking at all for months and months. I've been really good. I'm shocked I wasn't totally on the floor after having wine yesterday. Haven't drank since SC Comic Con. Yeah, usually, like, since I stopped streaming and drinking like all the damn time, I pretty much only drink at conventions and on closeouts, and that's it. I don't have any other occasion to. Yeah, it's just otherwise there's no reason. I'm very much only a social drinker. I don't like sitting on my own and being a wino. 57 seconds left, everybody! 57 seconds left to this piece. Here is the original actual piece of art. Will this piece go up? Will it go up? And will the winner also take these chubby swords home with them? And will I get to indulge in a glass of wine? We shall see. Probably not. Doesn't look like there's any snipers. Doesn't look like there's any takers. Oh well. 20 seconds left. Looks like whoever has it right now is gonna win. 33 seconds. 15, 14, 13, 12. The countdown is impending. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! It's ended. 4:05. So whoever had that piece at 4:05, you got it. All right. Cheers. Thank you so much. That is amazing that went for 400. I appreciate it. No chubby swords. No chubby swords. But that means, Snarky, if you do want to buy the chubby swords, now these are available. So if you want these, let me know. No pressure. No pressure. It's up to you. Don't you use the big words at me. Congratulations, Jake. I actually haven't been looking at who won the pieces, so I don't know. I have no idea who won it. But yeah, we will see. And I will not disclose. I will be professional. I will not disclose such information. But thank you for the link. Some person, yeah, you know, the auctions are all over now. So those are all the auctions that I had. But follow me on eBay nonetheless, because I do planning on putting up a couple of more pieces maybe next month. I have the old piece. I mean, technically it was when we were Creative Block. So I have the poster from last year, from last Heroes. So I have that. I still have my Yaira cover. I should have auctioned that ages ago. But yeah, I have original art lying around that I want to auction off. So I do plan on at least having the Panel Breakers piece on eBay during Heroes Con. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna go find it and I'll show you guys. Poor little swords need a home. Nobody wants the obese sword. I know. Nobody wants a cute chubby sword. The little sword is sad. Did I say chibi or chubby? Both. It's both. It's both chibi and chubby. Look, it's both. It's the cutest little sword ever. If it was Alex, I'm gonna scream. It probably was Alex. But no, I'm not looking on the back end. Yes, I don't know who it is. Hold on. Yeah, let me go find my original art folder and show you guys what I have. What should I play? The pudding video would be very annoying. Should I play JD? I don't have enough clips. I need more clips, everybody. All right. I'll play this. I'll be right back.
How dare you! How dare you! How dare you!
Okay, that was getting annoying. All right. I just made a bunch of free ring clips a while ago for no reason. So that's all I have. I don't know. I just thought I would promote the show. Free ring is great. Free ring is great. Season 2 was a little slow. I'm just being honest. Season 2 was slow as fuck. I wanted more. I wanted more like mage battles and demons. I know we're gonna get to it, but season 2 was a little slow. Not enough demons for me. But oh well. I'll keep watching, and I'm looking forward to returning to more demon battles. But yeah, here I have my original art folder. So let me show you guys the art that I do have. And that I still have available. Here's a little preview of what I should put up on eBay next time. I don't know, maybe in a month. So this here is the last Panel Breakers / Creative Block print, and I still have this piece from last year. If you recall, last year at Heroes, because all 4 of us were at Heroes Con, so we did a stamp rally where you anybody who showed up could get a little card stamped by all 4 of us. You went to all of our tables and bought something, and you get a stamp. And this print would be the free reward if you completed a stamp rally. So I think we're doing the same thing this year, but I don't think Pear will make it, unfortunately, but we'll still do a stamp rally. So Jake and I and Phil will be there. And we might rope somebody else into it just so we have 4 slots, but we'll figure it out and we'll announce it. So just stay tuned for that. But yeah, if you're going to Heroes, keep an ear out for a stamp rally because we love doing that. And I'm going to do another print just like this for this year. But I'll have this. I think it's a good system to like. I'll have the piece from the previous year for Heroes ready on auction for the current year. Maybe we'll see if that is feasible. But I think I'm going to put this up next month during the convention. So there you go. Snarky says that's gonna be a bank breaker. Well, it's boobs. It's a lot of boobs. It's all 4 of our hot chick characters. So there's Jazz, that's Phil's character. From that's Jazz, and there's Krim. Krim is her imaginary friend. His arm is in the corner there. So there's Jazz. From Lost Pages. That's Salome. That's Paris' character from Hotel Story. There's Truffle. That's Jake's character from Carnal El Barbariano. That's Ragna, of course. There's Ragna. Ragna. And I don't know who we're going to do this year. I think the guys suggested some other characters. So I think we'll do different characters. But it'll still be like all the ladies from our books. And I just realized, like, I pretty much only have Ragna. And I guess I have Yomi. But I don't have, like, a harem of hot chicks in my book, right? It's not a very big cast to begin with. Oh, gosh. So yeah, I was like, I guess this year it'll be Yomi for me. And I'll see who the guys want me to draw for the pinup. But yeah, it'll be something similar, but it'll be all of our characters in a print. And we'll be doing a stamp rally again at Heroes. So there's that piece. Whoa, that bicep. Who? My flabby ass arms? This? This. My flabby ass artist arms. My gosh. So out of shape. I am not athletic. I am not. I sit at home and draw all day. Oh, check it out. Fiendish pages. Whee! Which, if you would like to own some of these, the original art tiers are still available on Indiegogo. So you can back the original art on Indiegogo still. And like I've already mentioned it like 5 times, but in case anyone hasn't heard, the original art will be staying up until the book goes to print. So if anybody who backs the original art, I'm not taking it down early anymore. Change of plans. I found someone that can help me with shipping it, so no worries. The original art will be staying up, and the surveys for picking your pages will go out when the book goes to print. So it'll be in like a few months. It'll be like August or something. So you don't have to worry about it right now. The point of it all is anyone who buys original art for Fiendish 3, you'll get a chance to read the whole book before picking your original art page. So you can make an informed decision on which original art page you want because you would have had a chance to read the whole book. And whether that's a physical book or a digital copy, you'll get both. What I'm thinking of doing is when the books go to print, I will send a digital copy of the book to everybody who backed original art. So even if the books take a while to fulfill because there's a lot of orders, like there are hundreds and hundreds of orders for RJ to go through. So even if the books take a while to get to you, you have the digital copy of the book. So you get to read that first, and then I'll send out the email surveys for picking original art. So that's not something you have to worry about now. And rest assured, everybody who backs original art on Fiendish 3, you get a chance to actually read the book before making your selections. Thank you for the link, some person. Thank you for the link to Fiendish. There you go. The link to Fiendish is also in the description of the stream. So, yes, a comic about the mysteries that lurk between the dimensions. I like that tagline. It's a good tagline. Dun dun dun. Yomi versus Casimir. I mean, it's not really a fight, is it? It's not really a match, but sure. Let's see. What have I got here? Those are spoilers. I can't show those yet, but I can show these. Look, I have this piece. That was my cover for J3PO. That was my daughter's revenge cover. Go check that out. And here's my Yaira cover. So I have these two pieces. I don't even know what the hell to do with them. So, like, I'll probably just hang on to them. I gotta ask Shay and Sai if they're planning on doing more Red Valkyrie auctions, because I want to have some pieces left over for that if they resume the auctions in the future. But yeah, for now the plan is to put up that creative block piece, this one over here, my stack of papers. Yeah, this piece on eBay in a month during Heroes Con, and the rest we shall see. I'm still not sure what I want to do. We'll figure it out. Hey, we are soon! Yeah! Yes! Red Valkyrie auctions, they are returning! Yay! That is welcome news. That is welcome news. Shay, your hair looks great, by the way. Look at that. Look at that rainbow hair. That's awesome. That looks amazing. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's go. All right, I'll save those pieces, a couple of them. I'll have the creative block piece. I'll auction it, but I'll save some of that stuff for the Red Valkyrie auctions when they do return. I'm excited. I can't wait. Let's do this. I'll be there. I'll be there, or I'll be square, or I'll go to a corner and cry about it. So, of course, need a few months to move, but then yes, I understand. Yeah, everything is in flux for like everybody. So many people are like moving, and there's just so much stuff going on. Just, does anyone else feel like it's like the world is in flux? I mean, I know it is, but also just on a personal level, so many people I know have their lives in flux right now, and it's kind of it's crazy. I feel like we're going through just a universal change. It's like across the board. It's like we're passing through a gauntlet, but it's not a bad thing. Hopefully things change for the better, and hope your move goes well, Shay. Hope everything goes smoothly. And hope everything goes well with Sai as well. So I'm excited to return to the Red Valkyrie auctions. It's been so long. I miss it. I just miss hanging out with you guys. It's going to be so much fun. Yes. There's just so much stuff that's just like in flux and in shift, and like, even on the global scale, it's just things are upturning. Everything is being flipped upside down. It feels like a shedding. There's a lot of shedding of old skin, right? Like, I don't know if anyone else gets that feeling. So, I mean, to me, it's exciting. I can see the difficulty ahead, but I'm excited. I want to see what's on the other side. I want to see how things pan out, because I think it's going to be okay. I think we'll be all right, and it'll be better. I'm excited for the future. Rini Draw has been working on my webcomic. Got 2. Cool. Well, awesome. I'm glad to hear. The more people making comics, the better. The more people making comics, the better. Moon Trusty, are gas prices really that bad? They're not. At least not in America. It's just really not that bad. It's like to be expected, right? But I know it's temporary. It's not the end of the world. But I know that we're very lucky in America. But yeah, it'll go back to normal. It's a temporary thing. Come on. It's a busy time of year and a year of change. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not usually one for like, ooh, all the cycles and all the change in the air, and like Jake's the one that pays attention to moon phases, and I'm not the one that pays attention to this is the new moon. Like that's him. And a bunch of other friends I know. I have friends that are like astrology, and I'm like, I don't care. That's not me. But crystals and shit. But it's just true. I feel like everyone I know is going through some kind of sea change, and it's just wild. It's just one of those times. It's just one of those times. I saw there's this like crime YouTuber I watch who was saying that it's like, well, I don't know if I'll get into it because it might be controversial because it has to do with all the freaking scientists disappearing, and apparently there's a conspiracy that, well, it's because there's like some celestial thing going on. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, that stuff is weird as well. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Oh my god. There are definitely powerful forces deep beneath everything in society pulling the strings, and it's not what Phil thinks it is. But there are forces pulling the strings across the world. It's crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. Oh, I don't think I was fully prepared for a massive shift in my life. Once I was officially done with military life, I wouldn't know, but I can begin to imagine, but I wouldn't know, right? I wouldn't really understand. Yeah, I bet it's completely different because, yeah, like I bet working for the military, they regiment so much of your life, so it will be a huge change. Yeah, that must be crazy. And I know, Shay, you're dealing with other stuff as well, so I really hope things go well for you. I'm looking forward to doing the Red Valkyrie auctions again and getting back to streaming, and I hope we get to hang out sometime soon. So, yeah, things will be okay. Things will be okay. This is just a period of change. This is the new moon. Is it? Is that a good thing? Does that bode well? I don't know. Astrology be like, tomorrow there will be a morning, noon, and evening. I know. Yeah, so most astrology stuff is bullshit, but there was like maybe one time I got my fortune told with like a Chinese fortune teller, and that stuff was like creepily accurate. There was some stuff that I was like, looking back, I'm like, it came true. But so I don't know. I do think there are forces that we can't see beyond what our five senses can comprehend, right? Spiritual or whatever. But I do think most astrology is just bullshit. And there's a lot of cooks out there to just make shit up to take your money. So I don't instinctively believe in most of it, right? Because there's a lot of hacks. There's a lot of hacks. There will be a full moon with curves. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go through all my websites and stuff and then wrap this up. Oh, my art bell. Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie daisy. Let me pick it up. Okay. All right. Let me pull up my websites. I forgot to show everybody. Hold on. I revamped my my company website. So I guess I'll show you all because it's kind of cool. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome if I may say so myself. Please tell me Phil doesn't blame the Jews. He doesn't. Only a little bit. Only a little bit. He's going through a phase. It's okay. I forgive him. He's a good friend, so I tolerate it. He's not like crazy about it, so it's okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's funny. It's like I don't do anything with my hair. I just look how long it is. It's like down to here. I don't do anything with it. I just don't cut it. Like I trim my bangs, but that's all I do. But yeah, I guess I have been blessed with fairly long hair. It's not thick, but it's long. So, but I don't hardly do anything with it. I'm just lazy. I don't like to spend money going to the salon, so I just leave it be. I don't honestly do anything with it. Oh well. All right. It's not the juice, it's the lizards. I agree. It's the lizards. It's the lizard people. It's the lizard people, and we're the scapegoat. As usual. But yeah. There's a lot of deception. It's all deception. All right, let me pull up my website. Enough global conspiracy talk, right? Let's see. My website, hellianarts.com. There we go. There we go. The lizard people are at the very top. Yeah, it's the lizard people. I watch the Y-Files. I love the Y-Files. The hecklefish is so cute. It's so great. The lizard people. Lizards. It's great. Hellion Arts. Yes. Check this out. So I revamped my publisher website. This is hellianarts.com. And I have I've had the website for a long time, but it felt like it was a little outdated. And also, I only had Fiendish on the website, but I figured that, well, now that I technically have 2 publications through this label, through my imprint, then I can update it. So now there's INCURVATE and there's Fiendish. And behold, look! Hellion Arts was established in 2021 by moi, Irene Strychalski. And now there are 2 lines of books. There's Fiendish and there's INCURVATE. And I guess technically when Forging Fiendish, the making of books for Fiendish are out, that would technically be another line of books, even though it's tied to Fiendish, but it is technically different. So yeah, we'll have 3 lines of books soon through my label, Hellion Arts. So I'm very proud of that. I'm like a real publisher now with ISBNs and stuff. I'm a real adult. I'm very excited. Next art book, Extra Curves. Yeah. This book is INCURVATE. The next one is Excurvate. I don't know. Maybe I will name it that. It doesn't roll off the tongue as well, does it? Excurvate. It's no. People are gonna think of like excrement. I'm not gonna name it that. No. People are gonna make fun of the name. I'm not doing that. I'll think of another name. Maybe I'll do INCURVATE too. Maybe I'll make it a book series. Who knows? Should I do that? What do you guys think? Should I make it a an actual series of INCURVATE art books? So every like 4 or 5 years, I collect my pinup art and put out a new art book. Maybe that would be fun, right? Though I think with art books, you want each art book to be a separate thing. So I think I love doing art books. So I will put out more in every like 4 or 5 years, because that's about how much time it takes for me to collect enough art for an art book. I'll have a new art book out, but it won't be all INCURVATE. It'll be different titles, because I think that works better for art books, because it's not like a story, like a serial story. So each book should have a unique name that's unique to the book, right? And that way when someone is referencing the book, they know which one it is. It's not just like, oh, was this INCURVATE 1 or 3 or 5? Like, it's confusing. It's like, I remember I used to, subscribe to the Spectrum books, which Spectrum was this, I don't know if they're still going on. They must be, but they're like a fantasy art book series. And back in the day, getting in Spectrum was like a big deal, and I'm sure it still is. But yeah, it's like this giant, super thick fantasy art book, like curated and everything. It's like the best fantasy artists, and they had all these different sections. And but yeah, I would buy them every year, and I would be it was confusing sometimes if I was trying to find art between different editions of it, because there was one every year, and I was like, was this Spectrum like 20 or was it 10? Like, I don't remember which one it was in. So true, a separate name for a separate book. Yeah, I think that works better for art books because it's not a comic series. Incurvate too, incurvate harder, very curvate. Yes, I'll just try to come with more curve puns. There you go. There'll probably be more pinups and stuff. The Spectrum book stopped. One of the creators got. Oh no, that's sad. Well, it's sad to hear. Well, it was definitely a good run. I love those books. It was so cool. It was very inspirational to have all this awesome fantasy art. I think I submitted my art once, but I was like 20. It wasn't that good. I didn't get it. I just never tried again. So whatever. Like, nah, that's too bad. I like the books though. I still have them somewhere. I think they're back in Taiwan. I think 27 is the last book before COVID. They did quarterly for a year. Wow. I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't have the last few volumes of it because I stopped buying them a couple of years before COVID. But when I did, I would buy Spectrum books all through college and when I was working in animation, and they were cool. It was very inspirational. Curvy maidens, keep it simple. Yes. Agreed, make your art books unique to a theme in each segment. Yeah, I think so I think I want to make the art books all themed from now on, and Incurvate was obviously like beautiful women and fantasy girls, but the next one I'll try to go for more of a sci-fi theme, but we'll just see what I feel like drawing. But right now, I feel like drawing more sci-fi because I used to draw a lot of sci-fi, and there were like these cyborg girl characters I used to draw when I was a teenager, and I feel like going back to that because the designs were cool and there wasn't really a story to it, but it was just fun to draw. So maybe I'll go back to that and I'll draw more fan art of sci-fi type characters, and so I'll try to have like a loose theme around that next time around. But I'll still mix in some fantasy stuff, so it'll be just majority sci-fi with some fantasy stuff. That's what I'm thinking for the next art book. And who knows, maybe I haven't thought of any further themes, but I'm sure I'll figure it out with the other ones going forward. I'm sure I'll I'll have more ideas as the project's continued. Sci-fi confirmed for next art book. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking right now. There's a piece of there's a piece I have like very roughly penciled. Let me see if I have it over here. Hold on. Oh, this man, paper is heavy. Did you guys know paper is heavy? This freaking folder I have of all my Fiendish pages, it's like 20 pounds. It's crazy. So heavy. Let's see. Do I have that page of pencils here? No, I don't. Where the fuck is it? Must have taken it out. Anyways, there was a piece I started on that was one of the sci-fi characters I used to draw, and I already had it roughly penciled, but I had too much other stuff to do. I was like, I can't draw this for fun because it was a big 11 by 17 piece. It's like I had commissions and Fiendish to work on. So yeah, I did already start on that. So that's the plan. That's the plan. I'll go back to doing stuff. Maybe I'll do some Ghost in the Shell. Yeah. So what I've been feeling recently is sci-fi. Obviously, I still want to draw fantasy stuff because of Fiendish. But what I've been really feeling is retro anime aesthetics. Like, I've been really into that. I don't know why. There was a Ghost in the Shell thing. Isn't there a new Ghost in the Shell that's coming out that's animated in Shiro's style? It looks like old anime, and the art style is like Shiro's art, like the poofy hair and the big eyes and everything. And I'm like, oh my god, Oh my god, this looks so good. Like, I didn't want more Ghost in the Shell adaptations, but that looked really good, and I do want that. So I'm really excited for that. And I don't know what it is. I've just there's like so I there's like this AI account I follow on Facebook, and I just use it purely for inspiration. But there's this girl that does a bunch of like AI generated stuff, and it looks like retro anime, and it's really dark. It looks like 90s anime with big like poofy hair and demon girls, and they're in like these dark rose gardens with like horned cloaked figures in the back. I don't remember what it's called, but it's so beautiful, and I'll save that stuff as inspiration because it's, to me, when I look at it, I'm like, that's almost what I want Fiendish to feel like if it was an anime. Like, the colors are all so dark, and there's like all the purple shadows and the rich greens and stuff. I wish I could pull it up, but yeah, I'll use that stuff for inspiration. And I mentioned it before, but I save this giant folder. If I see art that I like, I download it and I save it. And for Fiendish, I have this folder that's like several gigabytes of just like it's sorted into characters and environments and inspiration. And what I'll do if I have artist block is I just sit and I stare at the images. And that's like, I'm like charging up to draw my own stuff. I'm just like absorbing the energy and the inspiration. And so like I'll never use AI in my work, but I like it for inspiration. I think it's like a good jumping off point sometimes if you're having artist block. So I've just been really into retro 90s anime. And I want to do more stuff like that. Like sparkling dark aesthetics with really big hair and more sci-fi. So that's what I'm thinking for the next book. Yes! Full Metal Panic Girls! I love Full Metal Panic. That was so much fun! Fumofu was so much fun! I watched that on repeat in high school. That was so great. Ghost in the Shell be so badass. I want Rini to draw Tachikoma. Yeah, I don't think I have drawn Tachikoma. I've drawn Motoko a couple of times. But yeah, I feel like I haven't done a piece that's like really going all out. I need to draw her with like wires and stuff, like really cyborgy, and embrace the retro anime. I need to do that. I'll do that. Like, oh, this is stuff that I need to like finish Fiendish 3 first, but it's on my to-do list. I'm putting a pin in that. So I'll keep that in mind for the next art book. Bubblegum Crisis, Appleseed. I loved Appleseed. Yes, I know the 3D movie was like old timey, like basic early CGI, but I loved it. That was so cool. It's like the Final Fantasy VII movie. I love that so much as a 14-year-old, even though now that stuff is like basic and it's not. I mean, I think it's still technically amazing, even now looking back that they can make that back then. It looks like they aren't holding back on the adaptation. Yes! They should have done that instead of Arise. But anyways, at least we do have it. I'm very excited for the new Ghost in the Shell. I can't wait. I can't wait. I think I have a super chat. Sci-fi is the best. Yes, retro anime. Yes. That's it. That's it. I'll re-embrace the sci-fi. I'll be doing more of that. Oh my gosh, Sai will lose their mind. I'll do more sci-fi. That's what's gonna happen. Western themed art would be cool. Not enough of those types of pinups. I've never been very into Western stuff, but like maybe the art book afterwards could be like Americana or something. Like, does that make sense? Because I do like drawing things, because I remember when I did my like little waifu girls, the cutesy waifu girls, some of them were like 1950s, like 1940s, 1950s, like cutesy housewife types that were baking casseroles. But like I could do an Americana pinup in the future, and so it's like Western aesthetics, but also like wartime pinup girls and stuff like that, because I do like that. I think that's really cool. And I'll have a bunch of gunslinger chicks as well, because of course can't do an American themed pinup book without some gunslinger chicks. So I can do that. I think that'll be fun. Just I'll think about it. I'll let the idea marinate. I don't know if I would have enough ideas to do a whole art book on that, but maybe that can be the one after the sci-fi book. We got ideas. We got ideas going. Yes. Yes. The Wave Blur for $5. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. The Wave Blur says, will you ever go to conventions in Japan to sell your art and books? Do you have an overseas audience? I have gone to Japan to sell my books. I've done Tokyo Comic Con twice, and I just went to Osaka Comic Con last year. It is difficult though, because I don't really speak Japanese. Both times I did have local friends that helped me, and that was very helpful, and I was very grateful. But yeah, because when I go there, I'm mostly on my own with just like friends to help me. It's difficult to do conventions, but I have Fiendish translated into Japanese. So let me go to the website for Fiendish. So if you look at the website and at the shop over here, and you click through, there's a section. If you click on the books, I actually have a subsection hidden inside the shop. So I have my English books and I have Japanese books. So, and I actually have Fiendish 1 in Spanish as well. I don't have the other ones translated, but I do have Fiendish 1 in Spanish. And look, I have the art books also. So INCURVATE is for pre-order on the Fiendish website. I don't have the hardcover, you don't get the stickers, and you don't get the campaign exclusives. But I do have the art book for pre-order on the website. So if you missed out on the campaign and you want to order on the Fiendish website, we'll ship out your book at the same time as the campaign. So that is on the website. So I figured I might as well put my art books on the Fiendish website. Like, why not? I pay for this store every year, so like, I might as well freaking use it, right? Like, even if it's not Fiendish books, well, it's still a Hellion Arts project, so whatever. But yeah, I do have Fiendish books. So, and these are, I have printed copies of them. Most of them are in Taiwan. I think we're out of the Japanese edition, because I shipped some to RJ, but I think he's mostly out of them. But yeah, I have a stack of them in Taiwan still. So once I get there, I can ship more to America. But they're like digest, they're manga-sized editions of all 3 Fiendish chapters that are coming out. I have a great translator. He's in English. He's a native Japanese speaker who teaches Japanese to foreigners in Osaka, and he's done a great job translating all 3 Fiendish books, and I'll have him translate Fiendish 3 as well. So Fiendish is available in Japanese, and by the way, if you just go to the front page, wait, I should have thought of this. If you scroll down, like, look, I have Fiendish on Global Comics, and I have the Japanese edition right here. So if you click through over here, Fiendish is available in Japanese on Global Comics digitally. So you can go here and read the entire thing. I translated everything just because, like, obviously I grew up with manga and it's a big market. So I just don't really know how to get the word out there about Fiendish books, and the fact that I have a Japanese edition, because like, I'm not Japanese, I don't like, I'm learning the language, but I don't really speak it. Like, I don't know how to market to people, to manga fans, but it exists and it's available. So that's why I'm learning Japanese. That's why I want to do more conventions in Japan, and I would love to be able to get the book out there more. Of course, someone mentioned Europe. I'd love to bring Fiendish to Europe as well. It's just one of those things where I don't know how. And it's really frustrating because, there's many benefits to the American market. Like, it's like, especially if you're crowdfunding anything, it's super fortunate to be based in America. And like, I've managed to build Hellion Arts and Fiendish so far because I am based in America, and that's great. But at the same time, I really feel like my comic fits other markets more. Like I think Fiendish would I feel like it would have an audience in European comics, and I feel like there are manga readers in Japan that would like Fiendish. So it's this conundrum where it's like I feel like my influences are European and Japanese, so but I don't know how to sell to those markets because I happen to be American, and it's a little frustrating, but I don't really know what to do because it's just me on my own, but I'm trying. And if anyone knows, like, if anyone knows a distributor or is like, I know how to get your books into stores in Japan, that would be great. But yeah, anyways, to answer your question, yes, I do go to conventions in Japan every once in a while, and I'm planning on doing more. So hopefully it pans out and I can actually become competent in Japanese and go there more. You should consult the star charts to see if Shay should be your agent. I'll consult the star charts. All right, let me scroll down and catch up. Reiterating my offer to be Irene's Japanese translator. I'm just as qualified to do that as the guy in South Africa that was faking being able to do sign languages during the Nelson Mandela ceremony. I've seen that. That was rich. Well, thank you for your offer. I appreciate it. I do have a translator though. Creatorverse is here. Hello, dropping in late, but wanted to say hi, and I hope you're having a great evening. Thank you for being here. Cheers. Thank you. Everything's in Taiwan. I have a lot of stuff in Taiwan. A bunch of so like when I moved back to Taiwan in like 2016, I didn't know how long I would be there, so it was really annoying because I didn't have a house in America yet, right? So I had just like 10 years worth of stuff that was in a storage unit in Texas, and I was paying for the storage unit, and I thought I would be moving back to Taiwan for a long time. And I ended up moving back to America in like 3 years. So, well, who would have known? But yeah, I was moving back. I didn't know how long I would be there. So I shipped all my stuff back to Taiwan because I didn't want to pay for the storage unit. I didn't really have anywhere to leave my stuff. Like the closest family I have in America is in New England. But all my stuff was in Texas. And I was like, I might as well just ship it back to Taiwan. I'll just buy a freaking like shipping pallet. And it was expensive. It's probably even more expensive now. I wouldn't do that again. I just buy new stuff. But that's why so many of my books are in Taiwan. Because when I moved back in 2016, I just shipped everything there. And now I've amassed like a shit ton of books in America as well. But yeah. And it was all books. Like most of the stuff that I shipped, it was just books I didn't want to let go of because I love my books and it's all comics that I like. So I held on to it. Everything is in Taiwan. Oh, right. But the Japanese editions are in Taiwan because I printed them when I went to Osaka last year and I brought them to Taiwan with me. Okay, I didn't want to lug them back to America. So after Japan, I stopped by Taiwan, for a bit, and I just left the books there because like I have family there. So I just it's like super heavy. Traveling with books is so annoying. It's super heavy. So I just left it in Taiwan because I was like, this doesn't need to be in America. I'll just ship it from Taiwan because I assumed that most people who would buy the Japanese editions would be in Japan. But then lo and behold, a lot of Americans wanted the Japanese edition. So I'm like, well, goddamn, most of the books are in Taiwan now. I have more Americans wanting to buy my Japanese editions than in Japan. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Because my audience is in America, so that's just the people that I'm actually talking to, right? Osaka is awesome. I love it. It's so different than Tokyo as well. It culturally feels different. It's like gangsta town. It's like Tokyo is like really polite and polished, and Osaka is like everybody's a gangsta. Not really, but it's like more open. The culture is really open. People talk differently. It's really cool. I like it. I love going to Osaka. Dotonbori is awesome. That's like the street with all the food and like the crazy sculptures outside of restaurants. It's great. So cool. So cool. Right. Anyways, oh yeah. Tokome says, I might have a solution for your European connections. Yes. Please DM me. I'm open to hearing any potential suggestions. Thank you. I am very interested in bringing Fiendish to other markets. I've been the past couple of years, aside from working on Fiendish 3, I've been like the year I kind of took off after Fiendish 2 was like I wasn't just doing nothing. Like I also that's when I translated I got all the Fiendish books that I have so far translated into Japanese and also Spanish, and I put them all up on Global Comics, and I was just working on getting the word out more and printing those different editions of the books, and I did some conventions. Basically, I took a year to try and expand Fiendish and make it viable for other markets. But like, I'm just me. I don't really know what to do. Like, I feel like I don't really have that much business acumen either. Like, I'm an artist. I do my best, but I'm not like a born business person. So it's really difficult for me to like think of what exactly I have to do. And also distribution is just really hard. Unless you're a company with like the sales numbers like Ripaverse, how do you even talk to a book group like a national distributor like Hachette? Like I've gone around asking comic shops, well, how do you get your comics and how do you talk to the distributors? And they're all like, oh, just get on Diamond and Lunar. And but it's like even if you so it's frustrating because to get in comic shops they use different distributors than normal books. So even if you go through the avenues to get into bookstores like Barnes and Nobles, it's not the same avenues to get in comic shops. It's totally different. It's just a whole clusterfuck. But at least the Fiendish books and INCURVATE have ISBNs now, and I think that's the first step. Even getting your books on Amazon is difficult. Like you can print on demand, but I don't want to do print on demand. Like I know people are being helpful, but I've had people suggest doing print on demand. I don't want to do print on demand because there's no quality control. I want to sell the books that I print, that I have quality control over. So, and that's more difficult because anyone can do print on demand through Amazon KDP, but if you actually want to be like a legitimate publisher and you know, ship and fulfill the books, it's a whole process. Amazon takes a huge cut and they make the process basically hard to understand for a layperson, or you can't find out where to go. And it's just kind of this like esoteric secret knowledge that only the publishers know. So you have to go to like you have to go through Ingram and these large distributors. They hold the knowledge or whatever, and I kind of understand why, because they don't want just any bullshit unserious person to be able to like gain mass distribution of their books, even though I don't think that's like a big problem. Like whatever, let the market decide, right? But at the same time, it's like it's frustrating because I think I have a product that's really good, and just because I don't want to be at the behest of another publisher, I want to be the publisher of the book. What I want is I want to publish my own books. I want to have the final say in my own creative process. Like I have an editor, I have people giving me feedback. I don't need another company telling me what I can or can't create. I'm really worried about that, right? So that's why I made Hellion Arts. That's why I go through crowdfunding. I want to have creative control, but at the same time, I just want to work with the distributor to get the books out. And I've tried to prove through crowdfunding that I do have an audience, even though I'm just one person. But most distributors, they see me and they're like, you're just one person. You're not Image. You're not some big company. And I don't have the sales numbers of like Ripa. Like, it's really fortunate for them, but it's just I just don't have the internet presence. So I'm just complaining at this point. But right, anyways, my point is, I would love for any tips on how to get distribution. I'm open to collaborating with distributors and even publishers that wouldn't try to control my creative process. I want to get these books out there. Shay says, Hot Girl Management LLC. Tokame says, I DM'd you on Facebook. Awesome! Thank you. I'll check after the stream. Thank you so much. I'm very interested. Eastern Europe has some interesting arts communities too that might be exploitable at some point. Sure, yeah. I mean, Fiendish is like very Slavic inspired. It's like this in between of Nordic Viking stuff, and there's a lot of Slavic stuff in the aesthetics. So I mean, I feel like maybe people from Eastern Europe would be interested, but I just don't know how to get my stuff there. It's quite difficult to market comics in Vancouver, Canada. Working on that is difficult anywhere, man. Honestly, crowdfunding is a godsend. And now they're just trying to make that difficult. You would have to take responsibility for large print orders and then risk having them sent back to you. Yeah, I understand that. But it's one of those things where it's like I'm already doing print runs of like 1,000 or 2,000 books. I'm trying to just bite the bullet and print more books all at once. Because I regret not printing more of Fiendish 1. Because I've had to go back to print with Fiendish 1, and I wish I just did a larger print run because printing costs will only go up. And if I'd just done a larger print run and had more faith in my project, then I wouldn't have had to go back to print and spent more money. So especially the number ones of any series, like you should just way overprint because that's what will sell the most. Most people will want, like most people come in, they'll want to own the number one copies, and that's what people will buy to get into the series. So I'm already making these print runs. I have a ton of stock with RJ, and I know there's like risk involved, but I want to have the quality control. Like I want to be able to actually sell the books that I am printing, you know. Rena will be the first to conquer the sales market in Kenya. Yeah, the sales market in Kenya. This is why I created Tokame LLC and Edgefone, because going through the mainstream is ludicrous. It's just like the whole process is, it's like set up. So it's just set up against independent creators, right? Yeah, and I think I could become a publisher. Okay, so what a lot of distributors and just even Diamond looks at is they want you to seem like a real publisher, which means you're at least a small publisher like Vault, where you have multiple titles under your belt. And if you're someone like me, where you have one comic series under your belt, they're like, oh, you're just one person making your comic, and they kind of assume like your stuff isn't even good enough to be picked up by Image. But I'm like, I don't want to go with Image. Like maybe if I could get a good deal, but I don't want to go with another publisher. I don't want anyone else having creative control. Anyways, so they kind of assume that your stuff is just shit if you're just an independent person with one comic series and they don't pay you any attention. And I think that's really fucking annoying, especially if I can prove that I have an audience, but it is what it is, right? It's so hard to break into the distribution system as an independent, right? Yeah, and I could have Hellion Arts publish other people's series, but at the same time, like I think that would be too much of a distraction from Fiendish. Hellion Arts basically exists to publish my books. It's not that I'm completely not open to publishing someone else's stuff, but it's very risky. There are a few limited people where I would be open to that. But the people I know that have good enough indie stuff that I would publish, and also it's not just like good enough stuff, but I want the work to fit in the brand of Hellion Arts, because I have a brand. I want all the books under this imprint to feel a certain way, is kind of this like dark fantasy feel to it, right? And those people, they want to do their own thing, and I respect that. Everyone I know with a project that I would publish for them if I had the chance, that I trust enough to have a business relationship with, they're also independent minded. They want to do their own thing. So that's why Hellion Arts exists right now, is something that publishes only my stuff. Also, I just don't I don't think I have the bandwidth to publish anyone else's stuff. Like, I think it would be too distracting from Fiendish, and unless I have help running the company, then it would just be too much of a distraction. So yeah, that means it's extra hard to find distribution and find any collaboration opportunities with distributors, because they don't see you as a real publisher. They don't think you're like a serious creative. But hopefully having the ISBNs is like the first step in the right direction. I should have done that from the beginning. I do my best. I'm glad you think so. I'm just little old me, but I do my best. I try. The fact that you're trying to figure it out puts you in good company. I try. Yeah, I've got to. I'm in this for the long run, right? All right, let's go back to I was talking about the website. I want to show you one more thing. Check it out. If you go to INCURVATE, I have a page set up for it. Look. Da-da-da! So now on the Hellion Arts website, there's a link to the Fiendish website, there's contact form, of course, and there's a page for INCURVATE built into the Hellion Arts website. So you can see the crowdfunding campaign and also order the book. That links to the Fiendish store where I have the book. And here you go. Here's like a little interior sample of the book, just a little snippet and some mock-ups. So I just thought that was cool. I made a proper page for INCURVATE, and I updated my publisher website. Thank you for the link. There you go. Some person. Hellion Arts is just hellionarts.com. That's my publisher website. Cover those breasts. The children will think of the children. Children don't care. Everything is covered too. There's nothing showing. There is nothing showing at all. Ugh. If Kickstarter tells me that this cover is too lewd, I'm just going to paint the boobs gold, so it looks like the boobs are just gold. I'm like, is that covered enough for you? I'm gonna make it look like someone just poured molten gold on, and it's like, there you go. More of the breast is covered. Is that all right? And I'll just tell people like, yeah, the actual cover is like, there's more showing, but I need to paint this out for the campaign. Like, that's my last resort solution. But look, the art book, there are plenty of pieces that aren't lewd. All of the pieces on here I can pull up on stream, because I don't have anything showing on these, because this is just for the website. So there's nothing that's not suitable for work here, and most of the pieces are totally fine. So just like, there's some boobies, but it's not that much. Yeah, and I'm very, very annoyed by how touchy-feely some people are about this. I'm seeing your stuff on Global Comics. If you can upload your stuff, I might join there. More reach. Yeah, of course. Fiendish has the English edition is also on Global Comics. So let me see. And I have basically everything that's translated, everything that is out so far is on Global Comics right now. So if you go here, here's Fiendish in on Global Comics, the English edition. So chapter 1, 2, 2.5. I even have a preview of chapter 3. So this is a free preview that I'm printing for Heroes Con. Those books won't be for free because I have to sell them because there's printing costs. But I want to have like a little free preview. But it's not going to be anything that you guys haven't seen yet. It's just going to be these pages that are already on the website. So yeah, it's a 15-page preview of Ravages. and I'll have a little booklet at HeroesCon. But you can read all of this on Global Comics. I have all of it ready here for the world to see. Global Comics is great. I love their website. It's very well run. Dun, 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 back the campaign now. FIENDISHcomic.com. So I definitely recommend joining Global Comics. They've got a really good system, and like they're I haven't had any problems with them, with like any creative freedom problems. I like them because I wanted to digitize Fiendish, and Webtoons was being really touchy-feely, like I'd mentioned, about just the fact that there was like blood. It was like gore in chapter 1 of Fiendish. They're like, oh no, this is like not suitable for kids. It's like, yes, my comic is not for kids. I marked it as not for kids. Like, but they just didn't want it at all. They're like, well, guys, okay, whatever. Okay, that's fine. I'll just go to Global Comics, and everything that I make that's not for kids, I mark it as that. I am thinking of the children. I just want to have somewhere to go with my work, regardless of that. Okay. Anyways, join Global Comics. They're great. You can read Fiendish on there. And I know that Phil also has his books on Global Comics. Jake does as well. And I don't know about Pear, but I think he might. I know he has his stuff on Gumroad. So we all have our stuff. Everybody in Panel Breakers, we have our stuff digitally available somewhere. All right. Thank you for the links. Yay! Read those feeder samples. Free! I have free sections of every book. So I didn't think it was fair. It was like people have paid for the books, but I have like free previews for like the first sections of every book, and like half of chapter 1 is free to read. And also, I think like the monthly membership on Global Comics is $7, and you can read everything. There's a DC catalog. I think, is it Kodansha or one of the big Japanese companies? Their catalog is on Global Comics as well. You get so much stuff on Global Comics. They have a huge catalog of a bunch of stuff. So yeah, $7 is nothing for like high quality digital versions of the comics that you love. So I highly recommend them. Also, they're good people. I've met the people that run Global Comics, and they're really cool. They're really cool. Tarnished Gamer says, why do they need to be covered? Oh, just because of the platforms, and it's not because I want to cover them. They're not going to be covered in the print version. It's because platforms are, I was talking about it a while ago. Kickstarter has these new rules where they're basically saying anything that's spicy can't be on their platform, and it's very confusing because they say, well, yeah, we allow spicy literature and comics, but then on the other in the other column they're saying in the same breath that even we can't, but we won't, we allow spicy comics, and but we only allow sexual content. That's like nothing is showing and it's just cuddling, and if you have art that's like with a censored bar over it, then we don't allow that. You can't just put censored bar over things. And I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? Like, either I can have comics with adult content and art books with adult content that is properly censored so people don't accidentally pull up a boob at work, because I always, anything that's public facing, I censor it. Other than Twitter, but like Twitter doesn't care. Like, it's always censored on my campaigns. Either I can do that or I can't. So I'm very confused by these rules, and I guess we just have to see. And that's the only reason I would edit the art for the campaign. But I would tell people, like, you can go to my website to see the actual art, and I'm only having to paint more stuff because the platform that I need to use to make money is like, boobs are scary, even if it's mostly covered. Anyways, they should just have age rating systems. That's what I'm saying. They should just have that. I am perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with marking my stuff as within an age range. I always do that. All my YouTube videos I mark as not for kids because I swear and stuff. And like all my books, I tell people, like, just because I draw in a manga style doesn't mean my stuff is for kids. Basically, nothing that I draw is for kids. Even if it looks cutesy, my work it's dark fantasy and there are boobs, and I don't censor myself very much where it comes to those things. So it's not for kids. It's not for kids. Just because it looks cute doesn't mean it's for kids. And I'm very clear about that. And I'm annoyed when I always am very clear about the rating of my work and people still have a problem with it. I'm like, if I'm clear about my rating, why should it be a problem? It should not. It's like, I am not, I've done my due diligence, and you're saying that I can't even put my stuff out there to other consenting adults who want this product. And know what they're buying and are informed on what they're buying, just because you're worried that some irresponsible parent is going to let their 11-year-old on the internet and see it. Like, that's the parent's problem. Tell people to parent their children. Don't blame me. Whoosah. Do they give royalties per view? I'm not sure. No, I don't know. I do earn like a few cents every few months. It's nothing. Like, I have like, there's quite a few views on like Fiendish chapter 1 because there's a big free preview. I think I have royalties per view, but that I don't make the digital versions to make money. It's to get eyes on the comic, right? But I think I do get a few cents for views on Global Comics. Right. Okay. Fiendish 15 plus. I would say 15 plus, 15 or 16 plus. It depends on the child and the person, right? Like, I would have been fine reading Fiendish at like 14, but I was reading like fucked up stuff at a young age. But like, so when I'm at conventions, I always tell the parents, here's chapter 1, flip through it. If you're thinking of showing it to your kid, like, there is mild nudity, there's a lot of violence, and there's dark themes. Like, it's a fantasy world, there's stuff like slavery. So you decide if your child can handle that. And I've had friends say that, oh yeah, my 11-year-old would be totally fine with this. So it's up to the person. In general, I would say 15 or 16 plus. But yeah, I'm always very transparent about my work, and like, it's up to, I'm transparent about my work, and I want the end user to make an informed, responsible decision. I think that's the best way to operate, and it annoys me when platforms don't let us do that. All right. I was watching horror films at 9. Yeah, I was very unsupervised with media. I'm shocked I turned out as functional as I am. I was extremely unsupervised when I was young. Holy shit, I'm still streaming. I'm about to end. This is a very long stream. It's almost 4 hours. So this is what happens every time. I just start ranting, and then it goes on forever, and I don't know how to shut up. Right. Okay. Everyone, here's my Hellion Arts website. I don't have an email list for the website, but what you can do is go over to my Fiendish website and sign up for the email list over here. If you go to the website, there's going to be a pop-up, but all the way at the bottom of the page, here is an email sign up. So sign up for the Fiendish email list, and also you can back the Fiendish campaigns that are still available on both Indiegogo and Kickstarter. They're doing really well. We're over 80,000 between the Kickstarter and the Indiegogo, which is fantastic. So thank you so much. The original art is still up on Indiegogo. There are a few slots left, especially for the $600 and $800 tiers. And I think there's like still a couple left of the $1,000 tier art, which is like the most detailed pages. So jump in on that while you still can. Go check it out. And I will be streaming hopefully next week, next Thursday, on Panel Breakers. We'll see how things go. Hopefully, okay. If Carnal gets approved on Kickstarter, I will be streaming on my channel and launching Carnal, and Panel Breakers will be on my channel. So that will be Thursday night. If not, the stream will be on Phil's channel. But let's all hope and pray and send the energy out into the universe and tell Kickstarter to please approve Carnal so we can get this book launched. So hopefully it'll be on my channel. Follow me for updates. I'll let you guys know. Yeah. Wait, I have nugs. No! Dr. Rini and Shay. Dr. Rini and Shay. Are you telling me to talk to Shay? I will talk to Shay. I'll always talk to Shay. Still no response. Still no response. Oh, this is painful. Oh, this is really frustrating. I don't like how slow everything is. Yes, stupid Kickstarter. You know, on the plus side, knowing that Kickstarter they've changed. We all know they used to have problems with their comics division was kind of weird years ago, but like they revamped, they changed everybody who worked there, and they revamped their whole system. So like my hope at least is that these things don't seem to stick around on Kickstarter. They do revamp their policies every few years, but it's really frustrating that that they're basically giving creators the runaround with these ambiguous rules on what is permissible on their platform and what is not. It's like you can prepare a whole campaign. Now I'm even worried about if INCURVATE will be okay on Kickstarter. I shouldn't have to worry about that because it was completely fine with their previous rules. But okay, anyways, I'm not going to go on another rant. I hope everything will be okay. We'll let you guys know. Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned. We'll let you guys know. All right. All right. What should I play as an outro? Media assets. Well, you got a JD. I'll send you guys out with a JD. Thanks, everyone. Be sure to like the stream as well. That really helps. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Bye-bye.